on the U Pike Sports Network, joined with head coach Corey Phipps. The bye week, always a good time of the year to kind of hit that reset button. 4 games in, what did you like about what you saw in your team in preparation coming in?
Well, I really like the fact that we got to reintroduce ourselves to our families for a couple days. But then outside of that, we got some guys healthy. We got some young guys some reps. We hit the reset button. And now we need to go 1-0 in conference play. That's really what happened.
That's kind of what you look at now. You're in the real games. This is when it matters. Your first conference game in your new conference. What do you like about that conference, how it sets up?
Well, what I told the guys tonight is we're introducing ourselves to a new conference, a new fan base, new everything. You get to reinvent yourself in terms of who you want to be as a football program, be good representatives of our institution. And what I like about it is the travel's better. They're like-minded institutions, great head coaches who want to see men produced. So love it.
You look at Union, a team that you guys haven't played since 2018, but back in here, and a team that has kind of gone through a rebuilding process of itself. A 1-3 team, but you and I, we talked earlier in the week. This is a very dangerous 1-3 team.
Yeah, I told John, the head coach, John Luttrell, the most improved team I've seen. And really excited for them to see them compete against us tonight and see who's better. So
you look at what they do offensively, it's no secret. They're going to put the ball in the air. They threw it 53 times last time out against Campbellsville. What do you see that they do well from the quarterback position with the Russell kid?
Well, I just think he's a little bit more mature what they've had. He makes good decisions and a good quick release and fairly athletic enough to escape and extend some plays and make some plays.
You talk about trying to take a team and make them play left-handed. Usually you're trying to make teams throw the football. Yeah. They don't have a rushing touchdown all the season, but not a team that you feel like because of the way they throw the ball, they can ever be out of a game totally.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they've had some close ones and tight ones, and I think what I'm most impressed with is their defense. I think the defense is really sound, gap sound, really good in coverage, reroute receivers. So they could cause problems.
Offensively for you, do you like the progression that you've seen with Lee, especially bringing Alex back last week when he came back in the win over Faulkner?
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody's settling back into being who we are and understanding the system. We got some good wrinkles in tonight for everybody to get some touches. So, you're always excited about our quarterback room just because they're great people.
Coach, good luck tonight. We're talking to the game. Head coach Corey Phipps. We're back for more after this on the U Pike Sports Network. On a beautiful fall-like evening here in the mountains, welcome into Countdown to Kickoff on the U Pike Sports Network. James Carter, Charlie Pinson, happy to have you along with us here tonight. The Union Bulldogs roll in 1-3 on the year. In the midst of a 3-game losing streak, they'll play the 2-2 U Pike Bears, who exercised the bye week and had a nice win over Faulkner last time out. Charlie, you look at the games 2-2 through non-conference play, but this is when the games matter the most. This is your first game in the new AAC. This is a great opportunity to kind of set your best foot forward.
It is. At a team that UPike in general is familiar with, Union, they used to be in the Mid-South Conference, so played them quite a bit down there and here. So the team shouldn't be any shocks there, but Union coming in look like they're struggling a little bit. The Bears have been on an uptake here the last couple of weeks. I thought they played better.
Midfield for tonight's coin toss.
The two teams, like you said, this is the 17th all-time meeting. They're 8-8 overall in the two. Haven't met since 2018, and that's because of the shifting of the conference and so forth. But here today, a team that, when you look at it on paper, they've had some very close contests. They've had some opportunities to be there. But the one thing that I think, and I talked with Coach Phipps about this just a few while ago, this is a team that is air raid first. When you have a team that can throw the football at will, they're never out of a football game.
I mean, you've got to really put them away, But, of course, now I thought that the Bears played a really good game last week. They swept the conference players of the week, all 3 positions. So, hopefully that gives them a little bit of confidence coming in. And I think if we can get a pass rush on them and make it harder for him to throw it, I think we may have played a little bit tougher schedule than they have early on as well.
I think so, too. And you look at it on the other side with the return of Alex Sanders into the backfield. And I talked with Coach Phipps after the game. I said, how much more comfortable do you feel like that Lee feels back there with him? And he said 100%. And you could really tell it Lee was more in his kind of his realm of things. And again, when you have somebody that's standing beside of you for 3-4 years at a time, that kind of makes a lot of sense.
Well, he's the career leader after last week in carries. So hit the U-Pike, and that's something that's big numbers right there to carry the football. But he's a safety valve for him too. He knows where he's going to be at. He knows he can catch the football if he needs to throw a quick hitter out to the outside, and and I don't makes you feel comfortable. I think it's about as good words I can think of.
And also, he has now the career all-time lead for most 100-plus yard rushing games. He went for 121 on 19 totes, and it was something that the Bears established a passing attack. They started trying to really ratchet down the passing attack. They went back to Sanders with the running attack, and it's just something that you see that they do so well when they can go hand in hand with each other.
You're right. Looks like the Union won the toss, and they will defer until the second half. So the Bears, which I think suits Corey Phipps just fine, get the football to start the ball.
Yeah, he's always one of those. He's not one of those defensive-minded guys. If he wants the football, if he thinks he can get it still a possession away, that he'll certainly do so. But when you look at what Union does, again, it goes through their quarterback, Walker Russell. 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 569 yards on the season. Last time out, he threw the ball 53 times in the loss to Campbellsville, 37-27. Went for 264, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The interesting number that jumped out to me on the stat sheet when I was looking through Union stuff, they do not have a rushing touchdown on the season.
Well, that's huge. And I think our secondary's played pretty well this season. They've had a couple of picks already, so maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe to grab a couple of picks early on and put this team, put them on their heels a little bit.
Keys of the game for both teams. Charlie, I'll start first with Union. Offensively, you look at what you talk about, averaging just under 280 for a game, 191 through the air, 92 on the ground. What do you see their keys are here today to come away with a win?
Well, you got to stop that passing game. Force them to do what they're not comfortable with and run the football and try to make them run it up into the meat of that defense. Don't let them get to the corners and use their speed.
Over to U-Pike again for them to start, more importantly, get back above 500, but start in AAC conference play 1-0. What's the keys of the game for them to win?
I think defense is going to be a real key to the game today. You've got to play that passing game. This team's probably thrown the ball more than anybody we've seen all season. It's going to test the secondary. I think the linebacker core is going to be huge. They can put pressure on the quarterback. They can drop back in coverage as well. So I think that's going to be the biggest key. The offense, I think, is comfortable and is going to be able to move the football. The two guys that's been so big in that linebacking core, Levi Evans and Anthony Grant, they have been huge in that interior, which is, like you said, allow those outside backers to drop in coverage in the zone, bring some extra guys on the field, but also still get a good pass rush with those 3 guys up front. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're ready for football. U-Pike and Union, AAC conference time. And we continue on Countdown to Kickoff on the U-Pike Sports Network. Union has won the coin toss. They're going to defer, so the Bears will get the football first and see what they can do here to start things off this evening. Again, the safe bet here today, Charlie, and under the new system of sports betting allowed in the state of Kentucky, now the safe bet today, team in orange and black is going to win. Yeah, exactly. I'll put all my money on that. There's no question.
U-Pike will be in the black tops with the white bottoms and white lids. Union in the white tops with the black bottoms and the black lids. So Union College down the way, kind of nestled in between London and Corbin in that area. A very beautiful town there in Barberville, Kentucky. A very small, quaint town, not nearly the size that you have here in Pikeville, but you see a lot of similarities there where it's nestled right on the edge of the Appalachian Mountains.
It is. And it's right off the interstate, too. Not too hard to get to out there. I mean, not right off the interstate, but not far.
So getting ready to tee things up for the visiting.
I guess we're going to go play without the clock running down. The officials got everything set. The clock's still set at a minute 39.
He said, let's run with it. So Dustin Brown will have it teed up. And we're ready for some football, whether the officials say, well, who needs a clock?
Yep.
Back deep to return for UPike is Yukari Baker. He'll split it between two returners on the backside. On the far side is Derek Griffith. Near side is BB Braylon Barton. Griffith had a big game in the first half of the win over Faulkner. Had 7 catches for 37. Ben Henson was the man that really carried the load. 4 catches for 114 and a touchdown. Lee Kirkland, 224 yards, 23 of 39, 2 touchdowns. A clean afternoon, did not throw in interceptions. And then, again, Alex Sanders returned from the injury. 19 carries for 121. We'll see the offense on the field first. So Brown has it teed up. He'll split the hash marks at the 35, kicking right to left as we view it here at Hambly. And a little pooch kick to the far sideline. Bears will call for the fair catch. They'll take it at their own 35-yard line. And here we go. AAC conference play is officially underway.
I think that's good field position to start the ballgame. That tells me something, though, that they're a little bit afraid of the return capability of UPike.
Well, and you look at, they typically you've got BB and Derek back deep. They move them up and put Baker behind them. So you've got your speed guys up, and I think that's one of the things you look at right there. They said, no, we don't want any part of this. And here's UPike coming out. What do they do first? Empty.
Yep.
So Lee Kirkland on the far side hash mark. 3 hats across the line for the visiting Bulldogs. Now they'll shift Sanders into the backfield on the right side. Blitz coming off the left edge. Sanders takes the handoff, dives forward for a yard. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, didn't get a very good blocking on that left side on that one. Got a yard out of it. Tried a little trickeration there to catch him off guard.
And Sanders did a good job there of kind of directing himself to that side. That was the side the blitz was coming off of, but could not find the spot. They'll stay empty again. Kirkland's going to throw this time. Fires it out to the far sideline and rifles this one over top of the head of Alex Sanders. And quickly it's 3rd down and 9 for the Bears as the clock rests with only 28 seconds gone here in the first quarter. Three receivers near side, Henson, Griffith, and Barton. Sanders in the left pocket, 3rd and 9. Bears 41% of the time this season have converted. And this is not a situation where you would look at it as a 4-down territory. You certainly don't want to hand the ball back to your opponent in great field position. 4-man rush. Trying to go for the home run ball, far sideline, and a great catch. Does he haul it in? And he does.
Wow.
What
Beautiful.
a catch on the far sideline as they float it in to Amari Hardwick. And Hardwick flips the field and takes it down to the 30.
Can't ask for any better than that.
1st down, Bears.
Kirkland fakes the handoff, lowers the shoulder, and dives forward to the 25.
He's a load for a quarterback running the ball now.
Tremonte Gardner making the stop. Kirkland 6'6", 255. It's like a bowling ball coming at you. 2nd and 5 on the gain of 5 on 1st and 10. Knocking on the orange zone door are the Bears. Kirkland wants to throw, rifles it out into the zone. He's got his man there, Ben Henson, on the far side seam. He's inside the 15. And quickly the Bears marching, and this is the high-powered offensive attack we saw much of last year, that hurry-up offense where they're just really getting it and going.
Yeah, get that rhythm going and just kind of keep them off their feet.
They'll put Sanders in the slot far side. 1st and 10 for the Bears, their 2nd first down of the contest. Sanders a deep motion. They'll swing it out to Sanders on the near side. He gets a block, cuts back in at the 10. See you at the 5. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UPike. 13-yard touchdown strike. Alex Sanders hauls it in from Alex Kirkland. 13-14 to go here in the first quarter. Bears lead this one 6-0.
A minute 46 for the drive. That's pretty impressive.
And a very good job on the block right here on the near side that allowed him to cut back at the 5 and get into the end. He was untouched.
They came out firing, looking good.
So Jake Headley, special teams player of the week a couple of weeks ago. Low snap. Holder gets it down. That's Joseph Sandorf, and he'll bang it through. 7-0 our score. Back after this on the U Pike Sports Network. Six plays, 65 yards, 1 minute, 46 seconds for the Bears to punch it in the end zone. Alex Sanders hooks up with Lee Kirkland. 7-0 our score, 13-14 to play here in the opening quarter. So the Bears ready to boot it away. 2 men deep for the
Nice
Bulldogs,
kick.
and a deep kick that bounces a yard in the end zone for the touchback.
It's always good when you can get no return.
Yeah, it's you see that so much now. The higher the level you go, it's almost like the return game is gone, and it's odd when you see a player that fields a kickoff and tries to bring it out of the end zone. It's like, what are you doing? It's especially because now you get the free 25 yards.
Yeah, you get the extra five yards what you used to get. I agree with that. Big play right here. Bears see if they can come out and set the tone early on the defensive end.
So Walker Russell, 6'3", 200-pound senior out of Alcoa, Tennessee. 569 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the season. He'll start it on 1st and 10 from his own 25. Play action, wants to throw, looking far sideline. Zips this one out to his man. Had Tony Norman on the far sideline and just dropped it.
Slippery fingers. He had that. It was right there where it belonged.
Perfect route up and out, and just kind of set down right there at the sticks. 2nd down and 10, clock resting, 13:09, first quarter.
As we always say, hit him in the wrong place, right in the hands.
Yeah. You see some of those guys on the secondary, they're like, why can't I play receiver? Because you can't catch the
Exactly.
football. There's a reason you're over there. You don't catch the football. Offset pistol look for Russell on 2nd and 10. Gives it off to his tailback as he'll sweep it to the near side. That's Tajee Jackson, sophomore out of Nicholasville, Kentucky, East Jessamine High School. 37 carries for 167 on the year, averaging just under 42 a game. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 as he'll get out to the 29 on the near hash.
I thought they did a good job stretching that out, moving it all the way, letting the linebacker come up and finish the play off there on the outside.
Union 19% on 3rd down conversions this season, 11 of 57. Big opportunity here for the Bears to kind of set the tone, leading 7-0 after a nice quick 6-play drive that puts 6 on the board. Russell takes the snap. Pressure coming up the middle. Low throw toward Chris Thomas at the 36. It's incomplete. And the Bears force a quick 3 and out. And they'll get the football back leading 7-0 with 12:24 on arrested clock.
Good coverage there, in that, especially in that middle, like we talked about, those linebackers stepping up and making the coverage. And, just didn't have any place to throw the football.
Hunter Fleming will kick it away. He'll have Braylon Barton, the senior out of Calhoun, Georgia, standing back at his own 35. No wind to speak of at all here on a very nice evening here in Pikeville, 70 degrees. Still a little plume of smoke hanging across the way after the opening kickoff fireworks. Barton comes up, fields it at the 40,
Wow.
shifts near side, gets a block 45 across midfield in front of his bench, and then is pinballed out of bounds just shy of the 35. A nice return there as Barton stood in the face of a defender, made the catch, and then a nice little shift of the feet and turns it into great field position for the Bears, leading 7-0.
Risky catch, but he made the best of it once he got the football.
And you see a lot of times when guys make that catch like that, the defender has to stop, and they can't get moving quick enough to get back in position.
Yeah, you get him in that bubble area, and it's hard to do anything with it.
So here comes Kirkland and his crew. They'll start on their own 36, near hash mark. Trips left, one right. That's Griffith.
See if he goes long, try to put one in.
I would expect them to try to go up for a home run ball right here. They're going to look it out to the far sideline, out to Sanders. Sanders slips a tackle, goes through the middle, 30, 25, and shoved out of bounds on the far sideline by Jamarius McClellan. 1st and 10 Bears.
They're making good decisions right now. That was a beautiful little pass. You know, anytime you pick up 11 yards, 12 yards on first down.
They'll go empty. They'll go quick. 3 receivers wide right for Kirkland now. He'll shift Sanders back in the backfield to the right side. Play action, Kirkland rolling out right, looking toward the end zone. Nothing there. He'll fire it on his check down to Ben Henson, the junior from Lehman, South Carolina. He goes into the replay tent. He's down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
His decision-making so far in this ballgame has been really good.
This looks like the Lee Kirkland of last season.
Yes.
He looks comfortable. He looks mobile and is moving around very nicely. He's got a wide left side this time. He'll rifle it down near side, and it was nearly picked off. Paul Maxwell jumped the route at the 10 and swatted it down. Maxwell already with an interception on the season. That one falls incomplete, and it's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he wanted that one bad.
Kirkland tried to force that one in, and Maxwell there, the junior, able to read it nicely and got his left hand out there and swatted it away. 11:23 in arrested clock, an offset pistol look with Sanders behind Kirkland. He'll shift him out of the backfield. Kirkland pumps, looks to the end zone, going on the post route, had Ben Henson at the goal line and can't haul it in. A big hit there by Jamarius McClellan, the sophomore, jarred it loose. It's 4th down.
Do you kick the field goal?
Not if you're the Bears. We know what's coming. 4th down conversion attempt, 6 of 17 on the season for 35% of the time. Kirkland will go on a twin set. 4th down and 6 from the 19 of the Bulldogs, trying to get motion up front. Play clock is at 15 as they'll reset the offense and snap it here inside of 10. Pressure coming off the edge. Kirkland pumps. Floats it toward the near side. He's got his man there at the 10, but it's going to be just shy. Derek Griffith goes up and hauls it in. He's at the 9, and they'll say move the sticks. Yep. 1st and 10. Perfect route there by the graduate student out of Sacramento. Needed 6, got exactly 6. 1st and goal for the Bears now.
May see a little bit of more Sanders this trip.
They're going to bring in a 2 tight end set. Now Grant Scott and Cade Cradleball. They'll attach right and left. A receiver each way. Sanders left side of Kirkland. Man goes in motion. 1st and goal from the 9. Sanders, a little jump cut into the hole, stood up just shy of the 5. He's gang tackled there by a host of Bulldogs. They'll put him down at the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. 10.5 to play here in the opening period. UPike threatening to grab a 2-score lead after a 6-play, 65-yard drive. Finished with 6 on a 13-yard hookup from Sanders, or from Kirkland to Sanders. And now they're looking for more here. Kirkland gets motion off the near side. They jump back without contact. Kirkland resets. 3 receivers left, 1 right. That's Griffith. Kirkland eyeing left, steps up, wants to run, throws it. He's got his man into the end zone for 6. Touchdown, UPike. That's a bullet right into the hands.
I mean, Lee's he's on top of his game right now making decisions.
So DeAndre Stafford making the grab. And that quickly, the Bears in front, 14-0, with an extra point coming here with Jake Headley. Zandorf gets it down and splits the uprights. 10:02 to go in the first. 14-0 Bears. Back after this on the UPike Sports Network.
Shuffler on the kick.
14-0, 10:02 to go here in the opening quarter. As UPike, 7 plays, 36 yards, 2 minutes, 9 seconds. DeAndre Stafford hauls in the touchdown throw from Lee Kirkland. And the Bears in front by a pair of touchdowns here early on. Charlie, it was a play there that Kirkland tucked and started to run, and as soon as he did, he found the opening with Stafford sitting right in the middle of the zone there and just rifled it into him. That's something with his arm, he has that ability to do.
And just great vision that time to keep his eye downfield.
Driving kickoff that goes over top of the return man's head on the far sideline. And 2 kickoffs for the Bears, both of those deep into the end zone, and a touchback of the Bulldogs will set up at their own 25-yard line.
I mean, right now, both sides of the ball, the Bears are dominating the football game. See how you can do on this series defensively.
And the one thing that we talked about at the beginning of the game as well, this UPike team has been so sound defensively early on, but the Union Bulldogs, they're kind of almost in their comfort zone right now, having to play from behind. You got to use the air raid attack, and that's where they feel comfortable with because of not being able to run the football like they wanted to this season.
Right.
Russell on 1st and 10, 3-man rush, the take the give as they'll hand it off to their tailback. Malona Poole making the stop off the edge. He came off the right edge and got to the left edge to make the stop, a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
And great line surge that time by the defensive line to give him not much running room.
9:30 to go here in the opening period. How big would it be if the Bears could get another 3 and out and go right back down and find more points? 3 hats across the line for the Bears here early on. Blitz coming off the edge. Russell steps up, floats it across the middle. Finds his man of Tony Norman. He takes the big pop, the sophomore out of Decatur, Alabama. But that'll move the sticks up to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
I thought they had a good rush on, but they really picked it up well and gave him just enough time to get rid of that ball quickly.
Yeah, they brought Chuck Moore on a blitz. He came through the B gap, and that's what opened up that hole for Norman. He had 11 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown in that loss to Campbellsville last time out. So a fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs, their first down of the contest. Handoff to their tailback of Taji Jackson. He's across the 40 out to the 42, 43-yard line. Pick up of 3 on first down, 2nd down 7. Levi Evans, redshirt freshman. You talk about a young man that's settled himself into the Bears defense so nicely. He's kind of become the leader. 20 tackles on the season. That's best on the team.
Look for him maybe to try to run something like maybe a jet sweep or something here, because I'll try to catch Bears off guard. Because they got a lot of people in the pattern out here.
And they've also been trying to set up some play action there as well. Russell wants to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Zips it out near sideline. It finds Quinn Carter, and somehow he hauls that in on a pass that was thrown behind him. The junior with a great grab shy of the 45 out to the 44. So make it 3rd down and 6 inside of 8 to go. 14-0 here in the first quarter. Bears leading the Bulldogs. Nice catch there by Quinn Carter.
It was, yeah. A lot of work for 1 yard, though.
Absolutely. They need to move the football just past the midfield stripe to move the sticks. Russell, the senior, looks at a blitz coming off the edge. Finds his man as he dumps it down to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson has the catch at the 49 and then falls across the midfield stripe and move the sticks. 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
I thought they were going to get him that time. He got rid of it just in time. And great cutback by the receiver to get that extra yard to get the 1st down.
Yeah, Jarquez Russ was the man who blew him up right as he let go of it. He stood in the pocket. That was on his side that he could see him coming, and he took the big pop that stood in the pocket there and delivered a ball to get them to move the sticks. So run across the midfield stripe at the Bears' 48-yard line for the Bulldogs. And now our official comes in and stops play.
A substitution or what?
Not certain, honestly. They're looking toward the Bears sideline.
Something to do with the fans, I think. I don't know.
Now they're down. Corey Phipps is. Well, he just took his headset off and looked toward the crowd and said something.
Said, yell all you want to. I
Yeah.
don't know what he said to him before that, though.
Yeah, there was something said, but
Yep.
here's a handoff
Nice
to
job.
Jackson, and he gets stonewalled.
On the carry. He's brought down by number
Maybe a whistle or a noisemaker in the crowd because,
Yeah, you can't use the artificial noisemakers. Landon Hammock there on the stop for the Bears. Maybe a half yard, if that, 2nd down and 9.
Hammock, a local Pikeville product.
Redshirt freshman out of nearby Pikeville here, 6'1", 293. He knows what this field
Oh,
feels
yeah.
like. A couple of banners hanging up there on the wall that he's had a little bit to say about. Walker wants to throw. Rifles this one out to the far side, and a great catch there by Tony Norman. A little bit of theatrics as he jumps and didn't need to,
one Tony Norman.
and makes the catch at the 40, but he surges himself backward to the 41, so he actually gave up a yard with the jump and makes it 3rd down and 3 when it should have been 2.
Yep. Hopefully that costs him, He's getting a little comfortable throwing the ball back there, though. Need to get some pressure on him.
And but every time that he has looked for that quick out, it's gone that direction on the sideline toward Norman. 26 catches for 280 yards on the season. That's the leading receiver for this Bulldogs team. 3rd down and 3. Russell stands in the pocket, now steps up, and he's not going to get free. And flying in untouched was Chuck Moore and gets him for the sack back at the 45.
Russell is sacked by number
The sophomore from Madison, Alabama, looked like he had been shot from a catapult.
Yeah, he hit him at the 45 and took him all the way back to midfield.
And give a hat tip to that front 3 for the Bears there that forced the pocket to collapse. And John Luttrell is going to burn a timeout with 4:44 to go here in the opening period, facing 4th down and 7. And again, you look at where you are and not having what you would say a well-sustained rushing attack that this Bulldogs team has missed this season. 3rd down and 3, usually that's an opportunity to kind of set the ball down and try to run it. They felt like more opportunity was there to pass. The Bears brought the blitz. We've seen it come out of the linebackers quite a lot this evening already and got home there at the time for Chucky Moore.
I mean, I like that aggressiveness on the defensive side, especially a team that likes to throw the football. You want to keep that quarterback. You don't want him to get settled in that pocket and get comfortable. And hopefully we'll see him get a sack or another sack or 2 out of this.
And you look at what this sets up right now. That's the 5th sack this season for the Bulldogs. Really forced that pocket to collapse very quickly before Walker Russell could step up. And you could kind of see it was almost a design play that if there wasn't something quickly, he was just going to try to shoot up almost as a quarterback draw. But the hole that he wanted to go through was gone in a heartbeat. So Hunter Fleming is going to punt it away for the 2nd time tonight. Braylon Barton will stand back at his own 10 with the lights beaming down here at Hambly. Let's see if Fleming can take and stick one in the corner here. Only a 2nd punt. End over end kick. Barton will step forward to make the fair catch call at the 15. He gets a little bit of a bump there as the defender gets to him as he makes the catch, but good punt there by the Bulldogs will pin U-Pike deep. And with 4:38 to play here in the opening period, 14-0 Bears with the football.
They're going to talk about it a little bit. I mean, he made the fair catch signal. I mean, technically, you could call that. I don't know that, wasn't much of a bump. So,
yeah, it looks like they've decided they're okay with what they've got. So, but you're right. I mean, when the man calls for the fair catch, you have to give them that opportunity to make that fair catch. So 1st down and 10 from their own 14. Kirkland. 2 receivers right, 1 left. The high snap, play action. Kirkland steps up. He's got a man wide open down the seam, and that's Derek Griffith. Griffith on the races to the house. He goes. Make it 86 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown, U-Pike.
Now that was the fastest drive of the night right there.
Absolutely. The time on that one is how far it took Derek Griffith to streak 86 yards to the house. And that quickly, it's 20-0 Bears. Play action perfectly set up there. Kirkland stood, was patient in the pocket. Griffith released down the seam and was wide open. So now Jake Edley for another extra point attempt. He's trying to grab a quick AAC Special Teams Player of the Week with a perfect outing thus far,
Yep.
3 of 3. And it's 21-0 with 4:26 to go here in the first. Back after this on the U Pike Sports Network. Twenty-one to nothing. 4:26 to play here in the opening period. One play, 86 yards, 12 seconds. Derek Griffith needed to get into the end zone. Lee Kirkland throws his third touchdown pass of the night. He had 2 coming into the ball game. The Bears offense has looked very well rested and oiled. And another deep kickoff that tumbles into the end zone for a touchback. So good job for the kicking so far, as Austin Shuffler has put 3 balls in the end zone, so no return attempts for the Bulldogs, and they'll set it up down 21 early. And Charlie, this is a team that you look at UPike, they came into the game averaging 21.5 points a game. They've got 21 points here, and we still got 4.5 to go in the first quarter.
I mean, they've not missed anything yet. I mean, everything they made right. Well, did throw the one bad pass that got tipped away, but other than that, he's been almost perfect.
Yeah, it's something that it has been Lee Kirkland kind of picking and choosing what he wants to do with it, but already in the first quarter here, looking at the total number of yards, 92 before the last play. Russell rolling out on first down. He's got his man there of Norman, who hauls it in at the 35 and then is chased out of bounds over next to his bench. And they'll set up a first down on their first play from this possession, a third first down of the ball game. But first quarter so far for UPike, 14 plays, 187 yards, 178 through the air.
That's pretty impressive.
And again, they've been able to throw the ball exactly how they want to. 8 of 11 is Kirkland, and as like you said, the only pass that has been kind of maybe a bad pass was the one that was tipped away. Other than that, has been very effective in the passing game. First and 10, swing route comes near sideline as they'll get it out to Ruggerson, and he is swallowed up. Brent Coleman making the initial hit. Joe Temp in there as well. No gain on the play. They may give him 1 on the forward progress. Wait for they place the ball. Yeah, they will push him forward for a yard, make it second down 9. Had officials last night. I had 3 officials on the field, 1 on each sideline and 1 in the middle, and all 3 of them standing in 3 different positions. It's like, somebody please put a football on the field. You got all these hash marks. You think you could use one of them to line each other up. 2 receivers, right, 1 left for Russell. Bears showing blitz off the edge and motion up front. I think they looked across and saw Trayvon Barnett as Barnett was showing blitz and got a little bit of movement, so the penalty will back it up 5. This Union team averaging 7 penalties for 64 yards a game. So they'll go behind the sticks now on second down, make it 2nd and 14. Bears tried to slide the ball back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see the nose. If they get there a little early, they could beat the center to the punch. Same set for Russell. Pressure coming, steps up, slips free as he comes down the near side. Takes a tough bounce, though, and penalty markers fly late.
I don't know
There
who
was
that's going to be
something
on. They pushed off the UPike player. I don't know if that's going to be. Is that reaction to what? We'll see who they got. You know,
Yeah,
it's-
There, you could have gone either way here. He'll get out to the 50. It'll be third down and 5 coming up.
He's looking on the UPike sideline. Is he going to look both ways? You never know.
You could have offsetting here as well. But Chucky Moore came to the sideline very quickly after that happened, so we'll wait to see. Bears are starting to move backward, and they're going to walk this one off.
Good play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 22.
And they get that one on Moore.
Penalty. Automatic. First down.
So the personal foul moves it down inside the 40 to the 37, first and 10.
Spotted on the Bear 37-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
Had a good blitz on him, but he gave him a chance to slip up the middle that time.
And Russell showed off his feet there. Again,
Yep.
a big-bodied kid, 6'3", 200 pounds, a senior. Really looks comfortable in the pocket, even with the pressure that UPike has gotten on him early on. Little toss over the middle, was looking for Justin Barker, but he let him too much. It was high. It's incomplete, second and 10. 2:51 on arrested clock here in the first. 21-0 our score.
He needed a couple more inches on that vertical to get that one.
Barker, they don't have him listed with a height, but looking at him out there, I would say he's somewhere around a 6'2", 6'3" young man, and
Needed to be about 6'8".
he needed about 6'8", and maybe a catapult to get him up, or a tight end. Little tight end pop pass is what they were running there with they've got him as a wing on the right side. 3 hats across the line for the Bears. Russell stands in the pocket, now goes forward, airing it out, trying to go to the back of the end zone, and it's knocked away. Karan Thrower gets in there and swats it away on the deep post route they were looking for. Ruggerson, third down.
Great job not to interfere on that one. Got the ball, got his hand way up in the air.
Looking for the deep post route there. You had Ruggerson that had the inside position, but Thrower, junior, really good job of settling himself. And like you said, using that offhand and not reach across and draw the contact to swat it away. So third down and 10, 2:44 to play here in the first. 21-0 Bears. They've had the ball 3 times, 3 passing touchdowns for Lee Kirkland. Bulldogs will stay on that same set. 2 receivers right with a wing tight end. Chris Thomas, near side. Bears send the linebackers on the blitz. They'll zing it out near side. That's out to Thomas. He catches it in front of the UPike bench. Shy of the 30. It's going to be fourth down.
It will be third down.
Put him down to the 32-yard line. So make it 4th and 4. Union 31% on the season on fourth down conversion attempts, 4 of 13. I totally expect the offense to stay on the field for this one.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good, about a 47-yard field goal. It'd be a little bit tough.
So Walker Russell starts with Tazi Jackson in his right pocket, rolling out right, looking right, zings it out to his man on the far sideline, and he makes the catch. That's Norman who hauls it in. His kind of outlet man gets inside the 20 and moves the sticks for another Bulldogs first down.
They're just a hair off getting pressure on him to get a sack, but they're getting pressure, but he's manning up, standing right in there and taking it.
Injury for the Bears is a man down at the 15-yard line. Looks like Karan Thrower. Injury timeout.
Yeah.
Looks like for a cramp. We'll step aside as well. Back after this on the UPike Sports Network. Hall of Fame night here in Pikeville as the Bears bring in some new members to the Hall of Fame class for the 23 season. Inducted earlier today, basketball standout Reggie Gravely and Tion Knox, bowler Brandy Hensley, golfer Will Boyd, alongside the 2013-14 men's basketball team. Always a big event when they bring in a new class to the Hall of Fame each year, and I know it's something Coach Corey Phipps was always big with the previous time that he spent up in Grayson of trying to get that going there, and that's something that they really are near and dear and true to here in Pikeville as well.
Yeah, we had a really good group. Reggie was really good back in the 80s, 90s, probably 90s, and then Tion was on took us to we were in the national tournament, and then the team, I mean, they was probably the best team in the country, winning 31-1.
That's a pretty good record.
Yeah, come up against the hottest shooting team in the country that night.
Nice run there for Taji Jackson. Picks up 4 on first down, 2nd and 6 from the Bears' 14-yard line. Bulldogs threatening to dent the scoreboard, trailing 21-0. Russell right between the hashes. Stands in the pocket, steps up. Fires it across the middle, trying to make a one-handed grab. There was Wyatt Rugerson.
I thought he was going to pull that in.
He was across the 5, trying to get it on the fingertips, but the young man could not haul it in. It's 3rd down 6.
Great job stepping up to throw that ball. He was under pressure again. As the Bears, I think they've done a really good job dialing up the pressure, but he's just stepping up and making plays.
And you have to feel like that ball right there probably didn't find its mark because Walker Russell couldn't step up into that throw because of the pocket was collapsing around him. Bears have really been designing it just the 3 men up front and then sprinkling in linebackers either up the middle or off the edges. Let's see what they elect to do here on 3rd down and 6. Russell rolling out right, settles, pressure coming, throws toward the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Ruckerson again. Also in the area there was Tony Norman. 4th down and 6 coming up.
Mason Livingston was about to introduce himself to him, and he had to get rid of that one.
Livingston, 14 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. He had a big one in the win over Faulkner a couple of weeks ago, and looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for a field goal.
That's good defense right there to make them go for the field goal attempt here. That's about a 32-yarder.
So Dustin Brown, the sophomore, right between the hashes. High snap, it's down, it's up, and drives that one through the uprights, and the Bulldogs find 3. 42 seconds to play here in the first, 21-3 is our score. And again, Charlie, you talk about any time that you have a team that they're on their kind of the hills where they are down 21-0. Then they put together a nice sustained drive, and then all of a sudden you slam the brakes on and force them to a field goal. As a defense, you go off to the side feeling like you got to win.
Oh, yeah, I think you feel you've got to win on that. Absolutely. We'll see. And it looks like we're having a discussion with the officials about something else.
Coach Corey Phipps, he's got the headset hanging. That's usually not a good sign. Looks like Chris Elliott is having the conversation with our official as well, trying to decide what what was going on with it from there. So I don't know. 10 plays, 60 yards, 3 minutes, 44 seconds. Bulldogs on the board. They trail at 21-3, 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
So see how the Bears can do. Again, offense, like I say, the offense has been hopping tonight.
Yeah, you look at so far what Kirkland has been able to do. 8 of 11, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns. The 86-yarder to Derek Griffith. That's both of their longest this season. Not the longest of the career for Kirkland. He hit Diego Soto last year on a 99-yarder when they were on their own 1. And I talked with Coach Phipps after the game, and I said, what was the play like? And he said, sometimes you got all that green space in front of you. It's the best time to go for the home run ball. You've got all that room to work. And they just floated one into Diego. He caught it in stride, and to the house he went. Another pooch kick this time, and a fair catch called for. Grant Scott right in between the 25 and 20-yard line. We'll haul that one in, and 42 seconds to play in the first, and it's been all Bears here early on, 21-3. They lead it. You have to think after the last ball that they hit on the home run ball that you've got to try to go back to that play again.
Yeah, at least set up and look like you're going to that same play, go that same formation and same everything together.
And you look at the first two drives, a lot of underneath routes, a lot of screens and so forth, and then you go vertical on the next play right out of the gate. And maybe you caught the guys looking inside and you were able to get over top, because when Griffith got separation at the line, he was wide open down the seam. Kirkland on 1st and 10. Bears pick up the blitz. They go for the home run ball and was trying to find Sanders, and Sanders was looking left and needed to look right. He had him down the seam. He had gotten past Jalen Bybee, and if he catches it, it's probably 6.
Yep.
Instead, it's 2nd down 10.
Still pushing, getting it out quickly.
Here's Griffith, who makes the catch on the bubble screen, angles back into the center of the field and moves the sticks as the 8th first down of the ball game for the Bears. They'll take it out to the 38-yard line, 1st down and 10. They're going to go quickly before the Bulldogs can get set. Kirkland wants to throw again on 1st down, slings it out to Barton near side. Barton gets a block from Griffith and then gets popped out of bounds. Across the 45, they'll take him. No, they'll take him out to just at the 44, so just shy of the 45, and clock continues to roll, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. U-Pike leading Union 21-3. Bears will have it 2nd down and 5 from their own 44 when we return after this for quarter number 2 on the U-Pike Sports Network. 21-3 as we welcome you back here to Hambly Athletic Complex. Hilliard Howard Field. James Collier, Charlie Pinson. Happy to have you along with us here tonight on the U-Pike Sports Network. 21-3. Bears leading the Bulldogs, and out on the field right now, the 2023 Hall of Fame class that was inducted earlier today being recognized here in front of a very nice crowd here tonight.
Yes, it is. And all those men deservingly made it in there.
So, as we talked about earlier, this year's Hall of Fame class, basketball standouts Reggie Gravely and Tion Knox, bowler Brandy Hensley, golfer Will Boyd, and also the 2013-14 men's basketball team.
Had kids from all the way as far as Baltimore, Maryland, and Texas out there today.
So, 2nd down and 5 for the Bears to start things off from their own 44. They've had 4 possessions, 3 touchdowns, working on the 4th one here with this one to see if they can add to this 21-3 lead. Lee Kirkland has been remarkable. 8 of 11, 178 through, or check that, 10 of 14, 198 through the first quarter. He'll sling this one out to Barton. He catches it in stride midfield, gets a block, tries to dance back inside, comes across the 40 down to the 39, move the sticks. Another Bears first down as that takes it down for number 9.
Great blocking by the wide receivers over there to give him some room.
The ball in stride, I think, was the best part of the play there, that it allowed Barton to really get moving forward. Kirkland rifles it near side, coming backside. DeAndre Stafford comes back and hauls it in right in front of his bench. What a move there by Stafford. Gets down inside the 25.
Tiptoeing down the sidelines to stay in bounds to make that catch.
He had a man stride for stride with him on the near sideline, and he made a nice comebacker there. His second big catch of the ball game. On 1st and 10, Kirkland fires it out to the far side. A big pop there, as I believe that was Barton who hauled it in. Now check, that's Derek Griffith. Takes a big pop at the sticks and then falls forward and picks up a couple.
Give him 3, 2nd down and 7.
Tackle made by
Twin set for Kirkland. Stacked wide left this time. Kirkland looking right, steps up in the pocket, moves out right, and dives forward. A penalty marker flies in from behind, and that's typically not a good sign for the offense.
Yeah.
He'll get down to the 15 on a gain of 5, but that one's probably coming backward. We'll check in with our wide hat here in just a moment. The Bears offense already moving backward. It looks like they're going to get them for a hold. Now the question I think they're trying to decide is from where?
Running play. Holding. Offense. 76. Cannot penalty for the previous.
Get that one on Jordan Scott. Graduate student, 6'2", 306-pound offensive lineman. So make it 3rd down and long as they'll go all the way behind the 30 now, man, at the 31-yard line. Kirkland will put 3 receivers left, 1 right. Sanders out of the backfield. They'll swing it out to Sanders, and Sanders can't haul it in. It gets off his fingertips and brings up 3rd down.
Sanders is incomplete. It will be 3rd down.
Now you're kind of in that no man's land right here. That would be a 46-yard, 47-yard field goal attempt.
Now Headley this year has attempted only 2, missing a 28-yarder, hit a 22-yarder. It was in the win over Campbellsville. They need about the 13.5 to move the sticks. Pocket collapsing. Kirkland steps up. Rolls out right. Mazin man that releases there. That's Sanders. A spin move at the 10, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Alex Sanders. 31-yard touchdown off a little backyard football play.
Oh, great. Again, decision-making today has been Kirkland's forte. He saw him coming. He said, go, 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 and he wide open down the sideline and hit him after he got to escape the pressure.
Pocket collapses. He rolls out right, and as you said, he just motioned take off. Sanders was unaccounted for. How do you leave that guy unaccounted for on the football field? 28-3. Extra point drives through, and the Bears rolling here tonight. You go back to that last play there. It's not so much as just the awareness of Lee Kirkland as he just threw his 4th touchdown pass on 4 drives, but the awareness of Sanders to find himself somehow to get lost on a sideline, and then that spin move he makes there at the 15 to get free, and it's wide open space in front of him.
The only man between him and the goal line.
As long as we've been playing football, that is a pretty move right there as I've ever seen.
Rick Bentley said that's the prettiest move he's ever seen in the time that he's been with all the times of U-Pike playing football. So Lee Kirkland, 2 touchdown passes coming into this game. He's got 4 here tonight and 4 drives. And this looks like, again, not to beat a dead horse to death, but this looks like the Lee Kirkland of last year.
This is backyard ball right here. This is all we're looking at.
And you want to set the foundation for a memorable first game in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. You're doing that right here in the first half.
It's making a statement.
Yes. You're sending teams across the board that you're getting ready to deal with of we're one of the teams that's going to be in the mix to put our name in for that bid to the tournament at the end of the season. Kirkland, 14 of 19, 265 yards. He is over halfway home of the yard total that he had coming into this game, 581. Yeah. I'm trying to recall this, and Rick, you're going to have to help me out on this. I think he threw for 7 touchdowns last year in a game. Thank you. We'll double-check that as well, but he was threatening with Trevor's passing record last season. Trevor Hoskins, that is, the legendary quarterback that played only 3 seasons here and rewrote every record in the book.
I don't think Lee's been doing really well, and he's moving up. I don't think that one's achievable.
Yeah, there's some of those that's out of reach. He's just simply not going to get it. You look at Kirkland, he's 2nd in completions, 388 coming in, 3rd in attempts at 672. And with his 19 attempts tonight, he is now 2nd all time. His move past Sam Warren, and 3rd all time on touchdowns thrown. And the the all-time lead on that one again. That one is going to be Trevor Hoskins for probably forever.
Trevor Hoskins got 2,673 passing yards is number one, 201 completions. Is this for a season or is this for?
I think that's a season.
Yeah. Just the season numbers.
So Taji Jackson to start things off 1st and 10 from the 25 and runs into a wall of black jerseys favoring the Bears. No gain on the play, 2nd down 10. Now they'll motion it, nose it forward just shy of the 31. We'll call it a gain of a yard, 2nd down 9. 28-3. Bears with 4 possessions, 4 passing touchdowns for Lee Kirkland. Handoff Jackson trying to bounce it to the outside edge, and the Bears snuff that one out nicely. Coming in there was Amonte Altman, the sophomore from Birmingham, the pride of Clay Chalkville High School. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Trevor's yardage for a career in 3 years is 74-14.
74-14?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's
64 touchdowns.
Across the 12-minute mark here. Walker Russell, 3rd down and long. Pressure coming off the edge. Russell tries to step up, and he's going nowhere but down. The Bears get home again. That's Altman, the first man off the pile. Jaquez Russ also in pressure off the edge. And it's going to be 4th down and a very quick 3 and out.
Yeah, it's pretty. The defense is starting to come alive now, and of course they're putting them in a situation where they have to throw, trying to feel like they've got to throw long.
And you can tell it's like you smell blood in the water,
Yes.
and you can just feel the defense is feeding off of that as they are really rolling with what the offense has been able to do here. Tight spiraling kick, wobbles across the 50, and then takes a left turn and will tumble across the 46 of the Bears, and that's where they'll take it. 1st down and 10, leading 28-3 here in the 2nd quarter. So looking at some numbers in this one through the first half so far, 11 first downs for the Bears. Total plays, 22 for 274 yards for the visiting Bulldogs, 22 plays for 87 yards. And the interesting part, UPike's had football for only 6 minutes and 38 seconds. And they put 28 points on the board. It's like a video game right now. High snap, the take to give to Sanders. Sanders with a head of steam as he goes off right guard and grabs a couple as he'll get out to the 48, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. And it's something that they've done so well with the way they've been throwing the football. You got to remember about 26 out of the backfield because he slips an opening like what we saw in the last touchdown. He can go a lot in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the draw come out on this too.
Kirkland pumps, fires it out. He's got his man wide open down the near sideline. He's looking for Ben Henson and led him just a little bit too much. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Clock stopped. 10:26 to go here in the first half. Great play there. Kirkland got everybody to bite on the quick out. Henson ran past the secondary and just could not make the hookup.
You know, Kirkland's form has been great today. You know, even when he's trying to sell the fake, and he's doing a good job of that.
Pressure coming up the middle. Kirkland stands in the pocket, now rolls out right, throws it far sideline. It's broken up. Flying in there and knocking it away. That was Paul Maxwell. He was looking for Derek Griffith. So the offense stalls out for the moment. Still at midfield at the 48 for the Bears. 4th down and 7, and the offense staying on the field. The rolling cradle ball is a tight end. He'll go to the near side as a wing. An offense will stay out there, leading 28-3. Kirkland has his crew set inside of 5 as he'll snap it. Steps up in the pocket, hit from behind. He's got his man across the middle looking for Braylon Barton. Cannot make the catch. It's a turnover on downs. KJ Gene Ime, man in coverage. And a turnover on downs gives it back to the Bulldogs.
See what the Bears can do, see if the defense can keep up the pressure because, of course, they had a lot of time on the sideline because they've been getting 3 and outs, and the offense has been moving the football.
That's something that on the time of possession this season, Bears have had the football on average only just under 27 minutes, and it's been a lot of that time of the defense has been stuck out on the field. Now see if they can get the offense back out there quickly after turning it over on downs. Russell rolling out, looking near side. He'll skip that one into his receiver, but it's off the turf, incomplete. Looking for Tony Norman.
That was close to being across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he carried that one out there a pretty good ways. Again, all parts of your body have to be across the line of scrimmage. You can have your back foot still on the line and be everything else across and still let it fly, and it's still okay. But like you said, he was flirting with that line so closely when he let that one fly. 2nd down 10.
If he held it another half second, there would have been no doubt.
Russell in the ball game. 8 for 16, 66 yards. Fires it out near sideline. Norman has the grab, and he's spun to the ground in front of the Bears bench. Javon Shepard, the junior, coming in making the stop. 3rd down.
Shepard on the tackle for the Bears. It'll be 3rd down.
Big 3rd down right here. The Bears would love to turn them away again. Of course, this may be 4-down territory for Union here on the U-Pike side of the field.
Yeah, 1 of 6 on 3rd down tries tonight. 19% on the season. They need a Bears 38-yard line to move the sticks. Bears send 4. Russell gets hit and knocked down. Coming in untouched was Jay Arnold, the sophomore from Douglasville, Georgia, out of Douglas County High School. 3rd sack of the ball game of Walker Russell, and the Bears force the punt.
Yeah, if he was flirting with going for it on 4th down, he's not now.
Jay Arnold, how do you lose that man? 6'1", 285. He was untouched when he came up the middle, and Walker Russell got every part of him. So now we'll see again if the punter of Hunter Fleming can pin the Bears deep. Barlin standing back on his 15. It'll take a bounce shy of the 20, tumble across the 15, and
that's a good punt.
And that's a really good punt. They'll get it down inside the 15, down near the 13. So Barton, very smart there just to get away from that one. And it's, again, one of those plays in college and high school all the way through. You always have a keyword for it. It's poison. It's danger something, and you're pointing as you're screaming, telling everybody to get away from that one because you don't want it to take that awkward kick and come back, make a contact with somebody on your team, and next thing you know, it's a live football.
Home run ball.
Got plenty of room to work with it from their own 13. They'll take it, give it off to Sanders. Sanders fighting for extra position after getting met at the line of scrimmage. He'll drive the pile forward for a yard. 2nd down 9. 8.5 left to go here in the opening half of football. It's been all Bears thus far. 5 drives, 4 touchdowns by Lee Kirkland. He's ready to go quick. Firing it out near sideline. He's got his man trying to get to the ball. He was looking for DeAndre Stafford. They can't make the hookup, and they'll get it 3rd down and 9.
Hey,
check that. That was Hardwick. My mistake. I can't see the difference between the 8 and the 9. Stafford's got the white sleeves on tonight. I just noticed the difference between the two. There we go. That's how I'm going to have to tell the difference between the 8 and the 9 jersey. So rested clock at 8:16 to play here in the first half. 3rd down and 9 for the Bears. 2 for 4 on 3rd down conversions this evening.
Illegal shift. Offense, number 2. That penalty is declined.
So they get the illegal shift on Derek Griffith. Union will decline the penalty, take the result of the play. So make it 3rd down and 9. So from their own 14, the Bears trying to not go 3 and out here.
For the first time.
Yeah. Kirkland stands in the pocket, escapes, rolling out right, looking for some relief. He's got his man across the near side seam as he drops it into Braylon Barton on the crossing route, shy of the 30. Move the sticks, another U-Pike first down, their 12th of the ball game.
Tackle made by number 7, Noah Steen, but it's left for another Bears.
Hey, right now,
First
again,
down.
he's making great decisions. He was covered up that time, able to break free.
Yeah, and you just wonder, like, you see how much pressure he gets around him and just somehow comes out of the pile. They blitz off the edge. They'll dump it out near sideline. Sanders with a juke move, 30, 35, 40, and then is chased out of bounds in his bench.
Sanders steps out of bounds at the 42.
Nice run, pick up another first down.
Yards, and another Bears.
Chasing him out of bounds on the near sideline was Jamaris McClellan. So back-to-back first downs on back-to-back plays. Kirkland wants to go quick. Zings it out near side. That's Amari Hardwick. Hardwick makes the grab and is pulled out into his bench there. That's Braylon Farley.
Out of bounds by number 26, Braylon Farley.
Clock resting is 7:11 to play in the half.
And we have a flag on the play.
Oh, we have a flag. Okay. I don't see it.
I did not see it either, so that's why I looked up, and they're talking with Derek Griffith again. You have to wonder if they got him on a motion. They got him on the last series a couple of plays ago. Now the White Hat's going to come over and have a talk with Coach Corey Phipps. You think that this is something against Union because he's trying to decide, what do you want? Do you want the penalty or the result of the play? We'll check in with our White Hat and get their call here. They're walking the ball off.
Defense. Conduct penalty from the previous spot.
So a substitution infraction against the Bulldogs, so that moves the ball across the 50 down to the Bulldogs' 48. And that'll also move the sticks. And a fresh set of downs for the Bears.
Always take a first down when you get it.
Absolutely.
Those results.
One of those unwritten rules, like you don't take points off the board.
Don't take points off the board. You don't take away a first down. So first and 10 from the 48 of the Bulldogs. 3 hats across the line for Union. Showing blitz off the edge. They rush 4. Setting up a screen. Ball tipped around. That one's picked off. At midfield, it was deflected up in the air. And coming out of there with it was number 9 as Jared Simone is the man that came away. There is a penalty marker on the field. And they'll get a hold on the Bears. That one's going to be declined. So the linebacker hauls in the interception. And a big turnover there after the deflected ball as Kirkland just kind of threw it into traffic, and it got tipped around and stayed up in the air. That's the worst thing you can have there when a ball gets around a gang of people, is just hanging in the air for somebody to grab it.
Looks like it hit off the back of a lineman and bounced up.
Yes. Yeah, they were trying to set up that that little running back screen play, and that's exactly what happened. Is it just caromed right up in the air. So good field position for Union. They'll start it at midfield near side hash mark. 6:54 to go before halftime, down 28-3. Russell rolling out, throwing left. Has his man there who's hit at the 45. Joe Temp making the stop.
James Tucker on the reception.
They'll take him across the 45 down to the 44. So a gain of 6, second down 4.
Joe Temp on the tackle. It'll be second down.
6.5 to go here before halftime. Union trying to play itself back into this one after the Bears hung a quick 28. Handoff on a sweep near side. That's Jackson. He's dragged to the ground at the 40 and a penalty marker coming. Levi Evans making the stop, but a penalty marker is probably bringing this one backward.
Yeah, it looked like had a big forearm all the way across him, holding him back.
Holding. Offense number 6 forward. Clean up penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
I think he said 64. That's Cam Mitchell, the right tackle. So that puts them behind the sticks as they'll go back across midfield to their own 46-yard line. 6:13 on arrested clock here in the second quarter. Very fast first quarter, Charlie. We've kind of seemed like we've gotten in some quicksand here in the second. Wind the clock and put it in motion. Play clock is at 15 as the Bulldogs break the huddle. They'll start it on the far sideline on their hash mark at their own 46. Rolling out right. Penalty marker flies. He'll float it out near sideline. James Tucker makes the grab. Joe Temp was the closest man in coverage. But another penalty marker back here at the 43. And now they're looking to the bench of the Bears. Do they want the play or they want the penalty?
I think that's going to be in the area of holding.
Holding. Offense number 51.
That's on the center, Hakeem Myrick. So another penalty puts the Bulldogs in reverse. So 20 yards in penalties off of back-to-back plays. And they were in the Bears territory. Now they find themselves all the way back at their own 36.
A second and about 24.
Second and a prayer.
Yeah.
5.5 we'll have in the first half on this snap coming up from the senior Walker Russell. Two receivers right with a wing. Blitz coming. Floats it out. He's got Jackson set up on the far side. Jackson bounces free, gets loose, dives across midfield. He'll get back inside the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up third down and manageable.
Now third down and about 8 looks like here.
Good read there by Russell as he saw the blitz coming and took the relief foul of Taji Jackson, the 6'2", 215-pound sophomore out of Nicholasville, played at East Jessamine High School.
See what they come up with here. The defense has been playing well. That was kind of a surprise there.
Yeah, we've not seen them try to go with that much, but really that time they just kind of pinned their ears back on second and long and came after him. They come again. They'll float it out near side and well short of his intended receiver of Tony Norman. Shepard was the man in the area. Fourth down.
He was looking for somebody in the area. He wanted to get rid of that one.
Yeah, he saw the pressure coming off the edge, and he said, I'll just swing this one out, and hopefully Norman can come back. So Russell in the game, 11 of 18 for 91 yards. He's been sacked 3 times. On the other side, Lee Kirkland, 17 of 27, 296 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. The Bears have kind of been a little bit off mark the last couple of drives. We'll see if they can get things going this next time through. A good kick there. That this will pin the Bears all the way back inside their 15 as Barton falls down after making the catch inside the 15 down around the 12.
4:32 left here in the first half, but it's been a dominant performance so far by the Bears. Let's hope they can keep it up.
And you know, if you're on the Union side, you're sitting here thinking we've got to get a quick 3 and out and get the football back. If you can go down and score, you get the football to start the second half.
Right.
A great opportunity for a 2-for-1. You can play yourself right back into this one. So Kirkland will start from his own 13. On 1st and 10, the high snap, the give to Sanders, a juke move, trying to bounce it to the outside, gets to the seam, sticks a foot in the turf, and gets out to the 20 on a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Offense gets set quickly. High snap. Kirkland pulls it, fires it out to the far sideline. Has his man there of Barton who makes the catch, but he's just going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll maybe inch it forward out to the 21. It's going to be 3rd down. I think there was one of those balls that Kirkland just needs to pull it down and get the first down. He had a lot of room in front of him. He'll set it up in a twin set now. Sanders in his right pocket. Inside of 4 to go in the half. 28-3, Bears leading this one. They'll go to Sanders. Sanders can't haul it in. Broken up on the far sideline by Camarius Bradshaw, freshman linebacker, and that's not what you wanted.
No, you are young.
A quick 3 and out that takes about 30 seconds. And now you're going to have to Sticking on the foot of Joseph Sandorf, averaging 43.4 a punt this season, his longest of 59. He would like to hang one here and flip the field and not hand it to the visiting Bulldogs with good field position. Sandorf, a wobbly kick. Fair catch called for at the 43. That was by Wyatt Rugertson. So they'll have it at their own 43-yard line. 3:27 to play before halftime. A pair of timeouts remaining. And they get the football to start the second half.
Not a bad punt.
No. Flipped the field, but the most important thing was it did not allow the return
Right.
man to get underneath it with a head of steam. Let's see if Russell tries to find something here working with Tony Norman on this near sideline. He's got man coverage working against Javon Shepard. Looking this way, brings it out into the slot. That's out to Rugertson. He's wrapped up immediately by Joe Temp at midfield. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
It's complete. Joe Temp on the tackle. It will be
Temp, the
second.
graduate out of Cottage Grove, Minnesota. I think the weather there is a little different than
A little
here.
different.
Handoff Jackson on a sweep left following his line, trying to stretch it out there. Brent Coleman chases him out of bounds, but he'll step across the marker on the line to gain and move the sticks for another first down.
Did a great job to the last 2 yards over close to the side. Let him turn the field.
And he followed Trey Thompson and Michael Thomas, that left side of the offensive line on that stretch play. And the big running back there was very patient of letting his guys get out in front of him and find that crease. 5th first down of the ball game for the Bulldogs. 2:41 to go here in the half. Down 28-3, but driving. Russell wants to throw it on first down, floats it out into the slot. He's got his tight end there. That's Justin Barker, who makes a nice catch at the 40, then turns downfield inside the 35 to the 34. And all of a sudden, here come the Bulldogs.
Yeah, threatening a little bit now, getting it down deeper into U-Pike territory. They backed off on the blitz. Maybe they did come back with it.
First down, Bulldogs.
2 receivers left with Barker as a wing back, as a tight end. Handoff Jackson, stretching out. Barker sealed the hole, and Jackson's off to the house, and the first rushing touchdown of the season. That one's coming back. The late penalty marker finally flew. There was a hold there by Justin Barker that allowed Jackson to get that hole. That one should come back.
That was a big break for the Bears there.
Now, Jackson got to the edge there, and Justin Barker reached out and wrapped his arm around the man, and that's what opened up the hole for Jackson to slide through. So what appeared to be a rushing touchdown of 34 yards.
Third play, personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense number 5. 15-yard penalty from Florida foul.
Well, even better play there that they'll get the 15 instead of the 10 from the hold.
Yeah.
So they got that one on Wyatt Rugertson. So moving it back to the 40. The result of the play was a first down, so they get first down and now 15. Inside of 2 minutes to play before halftime.
Nice
And
job.
The running back that takes the handoff there, that's Jaden Ward. He gets blown up for a loss of 1. Myson Livingston in on the stop.
Minute 30 left here in the first half. Bears could try to close this out without getting them on the board. We're going to need a nice lead to take into the break.
That would be a lot of motivation, to say the least, on the defensive side of things. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Russell keeps Ward in the backfield in an offset pistol. And movement off the left side. They'll dump this one off to the 40.
Russell's pass is caught.
Michael Thomas moved, but the question was he drawn off?
Well, they didn't call
Yeah,
it
they
either
didn't
way.
didn't throw it either way, so either way, a gain of 1 on the play
Carter.
makes it 3rd down and long.
So bring up down to a minute 4 here. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. Bears trying to hold on to that 25-point lead going into the break.
64 seconds left to play here. UPike has played a very solid first half, but the last 3 offensive possessions have been kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
You look at their 3 drives since the touchdowns, turnover on downs, an interception on a deflected ball, and then a punt. Those three series, 4 plays 3 yards, 6 plays 39 yards on the interception, and 3 plays 7 yards. All that totaling up fewer than 3 minutes.
Yep.
Their 4 possessions prior to that, 4 touchdowns, the longest ranging 2 minutes 31 seconds. That was an 8-play, 76-yard drive in which they got the ball to Alex Sanders, who on a little backyard football play got free off the sideline and spun into the end zone. I think one thing that you've got to think of is what they did to start the football game and what do they have to do to get back to that offensively.
Right.
I think the screen game was working very well, and they may have, after hitting that home run ball, maybe feeling like that there's too much there in the home run ball. So 28-3, 104 left to go here in the first half. 3rd down and 16 for the Bulldogs. Screen setting up, trying to get it out to Jackson. They floated over top. Several black jerseys there. Jay Arnold was in the area. Also in there was Owen Bloss. So the Bears burn the timeout. 52 seconds to go. And it's 4th down and long. So now can Hunter Fleming punt it and pin it into the 10-yard line yet again?
Or do they go for it here?
I don't think at any chance you go for it at this point. I think it's, where you don't want to hand them the football basically with only 60 yards when you can try to pin them, because they only have 1 timeout left after the clock runs down off the punt. You can probably burn off about 10 seconds. Now, it would be a risky spot. Do you feel like that you've got 4th and 14 in your playbook?
That's going to be the question. I mean, that's going to be a decision for him to make on that sideline.
John Luttrell over there.
I'm like you. I wouldn't do it. But
does John Luttrell have 4th and 14 in the playbook? Now, you have to feel like that with Walker Russell, he's evasive enough to where he could probably piece something together if they get the opportunity on the other side. Can the front 5 of that Bulldogs line hold up on a blitz if the Bulldogs look at a big blitz coming from the Bears?
And if it's reversed and it's Corey Phipps making that decision, he might do it.
Yes. Oh, I would expect a blitz coming here if they try to go for it. They're not going to. They're going to bring out Hunter Fleming and see if they can pin them deep.
The 35, Hunter Fleming on the punt for the Bulldogs.
So Braylon Barton will march back. He'll stand at his 10. Now Fleming will try to go for the coffin corner and pin it inside the 5 if he can. Good kick, end over end kick. But it takes a UPike bounce and tumbles into the end zone for the touchback.
Good break for the Bears there.
Absolutely. That was a perfect ball, though, off the punter's foot. Did I understand you right? You say he's Australian? The soccer guy, I'm sure he knows a little bit about kicking a ball.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
He looked like he was a professional on that one. That was had the perfect spin and everything, just got the wrong bounce when it caught the turf.
That's always the thing about turf, because, with the football, we
just never know where it's going to go. So at the 20, 44 seconds and 1 timeout left. Let's see what the offense tries to do here. Up 28-3 before halftime. Kirkland zings it out near sideline. That's DeAndre Stafford. Zigs and zags and then is raced out of bounds at the 25. Clock will rest, 37 seconds to go in the half.
Forced out of bounds by number 57, Hammock. 2nd down.
And actually, they're going to say he stepped down at the 24, so gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. More importantly, though, that clock is stopped for the Bears. Kirkland pumps, steps up, fires a rocket across the middle. He's got his man there of Derek Griffith out at the 45. They'll stop the clock to spot the football. They'll put him at the 44. And then as soon as they set the markers, they'll wind the clock. 30 seconds to go. Kirkland trying to march his team down the field, looking for more points. A low throw picked off the turf again by Derek Griffith. Move the sticks, back-to-back first downs from the graduate out of Sacramento. Down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 23 seconds and a timeout left for the Bears. Kirkland wants to throw on first down. Stands in the pocket. All kinds of time. Lets it fly. He's got his man in the
nice
seam at the
job.
5-yard line who runs under it and holds it in. First down and
What
goal.
a catch.
3 consecutive strikes to Derek Griffith. And the Bears have it first and goal with 13 seconds to go. And Corey Phipps says, I'll take my timeout now.
Yeah, give him a breather. There's some oxygen out there for him. Man, that was moving it down the field.
3 plays, they go 77 yards, and it's first and goal from the 3.
So third final timeout of the half.
Lee Kirkland's over 300 in the first half.
Well, you got a lot of options here. You got a couple, maybe run 2 plays. You could run one right now.
22 of 33, 374 yards. And 4 touchdowns. Looking for number 5 here. We're going to have to do some record book reading at the halftime because there's some numbers that may be coming to an end here by Lee Kirkland. This was the best game I've seen him play since last season. So first and goal, they'll put him at the 5. Stafford goes in motion. Kirkland wanting to throw on first down. He's got his man wide open on the far sideline. That's DeAndre Stafford, his second touchdown of the ball game. And the Bears march it right down the field and add to their lead 34-3 here before halftime.
9 seconds and change left.
That was well executed. And again, you saw an offense there. There was no huddle. It was give me the football, let's go. And that's what they did on those 4 drives. They didn't slow things down. They just kept Union guessing, and just down the field they march it. Beautiful drive there by Lee Kirkland. His 5th passing touchdown of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, 35-3, 9 seconds to play in the half. You had about 44 seconds when you took the football back. You only needed 30 of it.
Yep. Beautiful drive that time. And like I say, right into the teeth of that defense, too.
You go back through the – find the screen here that I'm looking for as Lee Kirkland, again, has just kind of been really, really solid. You look in the middle of his progression. He's thrown 34 passes here in the first half, 5 touchdowns with an interception. He had gone very clean and only had 3 or 4 incompletions first 17 passes. Then he had 5 of his next 6. From that mark, from passes 24 through 34, 2 incompletions, one of those that interception on the deflected ball.
Right.
So now 377 through the air, 396 total. It's been an air raid attack for this Bears team in the first half, and it's 35-3 with 9 seconds to play in the half. So Austin Scheffler. I don't mean to run salt in the wounds right here, but dare you try an onside kick and try to recover. Say Scheffler will boom this one deep. And
yeah, I think so.
A little squib kick here. Tumbles down to the 11, scooped up, and a big hit. Ball may have come loose at the end. The Bears think they have it. What a big pop there by Tiernan Berry. The senior out of Cabell Midland High School in Ona. Whitehat says, though, the ball stays with the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs will have possession of the football.
So what do you do with your bull? Do you take a knee?
I take a knee and go to the locker room. Don't take any chances here of doing something else that could turn sideways. 35-3 with 5 seconds to go. And it has been a well-oiled machine for this Bears offense here in the first half. Stay tuned with us at the half. We'll check scores and stats from other games around the conference. All the stats in this one. course, the marching band's performance at halftime. We'll have it right here on the U-Pike Sports Network. Russell gives it off to Jackson. Jackson following his lead blocker right up the near side seam. Gets popped off his feet after crossing the 35, and we're at the half. 35-3, Bears leading here on Hall of Fame night in Pikeville. Halftime show after this on the U-Pike Sports Network.
The band from the moving mountain land, the U-Pike Marching Band. The assistant director is Dr. William Cantrell. The music department also includes Dr. Todd Westgate, Dr. Eric Rutherford, and Professor Michelle Rutherford. And your 2022 field commander is Amy Smallwood. Today, the U-Pike Marching Band presents its second show of the season, featuring music from the biggest Motown artists, the Jackson 5, Marvin Gaye, and Michael Jackson. Trying to live without your love is just one long sleepless
Let
night.
us show you, girl,
Let us show
that
you,
we
girl.
know wrong from right. With the Jackson 5s, I Want You Back.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Because with Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, there ain't no mountain high enough. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Blame it on Michael Jackson and the U-Pike Band's Boogie. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your 2023 U Pike Marching Band. Go Bears!
Halftime at Hambly, Hall of Fame night for the Bears. They lead at 35-3. As we welcome you back here, a well-oiled machine, Charlie, is pretty much the best way to describe what this team has done through the first half. Lee Kirkland, 377 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's a touchdown shy of tying the record of 6. Xavier Malone threw for 6 last year. Trevor Hoskins has done it twice.
Yeah.
You've got a chance now to look at this record of can he get it to 7? And then on the backside of that, he's 202 yards shy of his career of 579 that he threw last year in a win over Cumberland.
Yeah, he's looked awesome today. I mean, like I said, one maybe bad decision, but that ball was tipped, so who knows if it was a bad decision or not.
And the interception was not on him. That
Right,
was a ball
yeah.
that, like you said, it hit an offensive lineman on a little screen pass that hit him in the line and just hung in the air, and that allowed the guy to get underneath it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the only one you could even consider a mistake, and it really wasn't. But he's played extremely well. He's made great decisions on when to tuck and run as well.
Yeah, that's something that we've seen so many times of where the pocket collapses and somehow he squirts out the side. And a couple of times we've seen that. He's done that, and it led to a touchdown. None bigger, though, than that play that he found Sanders on the sideline and just a little backyard football play.
Yeah, it was pretty. And, Sanders did a great job. He's just at her point directing traffic and say, here you go.
Yeah, you've got you look at what you've got in the first half. Derek Griffith, 7 catches for 180 yards. He had 18 for 132 coming into the ballgame. And that last drive that the Bears orchestrated there, they went to him 3 times on the same 3 plays.
Yes, successfully.
Yes. 18 first downs for the Bears in the first half. They ran the ball only 6 times. They ran it for 19 yards. And that's something, again, when you've got an Alex Sanders in the backfield, you think about only 6 rushing attempts. They've not had to do that. They've been able to. They've done it well with setting up the screen game, and the screen game has opened up the vertical passing.
Right now, normally I would think you'd go 50-50 or more or less, but right now they're just giving you the pass.
Well, and here's the number that I think jumped off to me on the stat sheet so much. Yards per play, 9.9 to Union's 3.65. I mean, every play you're almost getting a first down.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks that way too. I mean, that's not fluke. I mean, several huge plays in the game today.
3 of 6 on third down conversions. 1 of 9 are the visiting Bulldogs, who came into the game at about a 17% clip. And again, on third down conversions, when you struggle to keep the ball moving, and it really gets in your head.
Yeah, it makes definitely a mental problem for them. And right now they're going to come out, and they're going to get the football to start the ball game. And the Bears need to come out and just kind of really stuff them real quick, and then they may be able to cruise the rest of this one.
Yeah, that would be the big thing, is how quickly can you put this one on ice. And then a good team coming up on the road next week when they take their first road trip in AAC conference play. But certainly putting their best foot forward here tonight, 35-3 at the half. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll take a look at individual numbers, scores around the rest of the NAIA, and second half of action here from Hambly. Hall of Fame night. Bears running away with this one, 35-3. Second half coverage continues here at halftime coverage on the UPike Sports Network. Halftime here at Hambly, U-Pike leading Union 35-3. Let's check scores from around NAIA today of other games that have gone final or currently in action. Point defeats KCU today 35-0. KCU will be the next home game for the Bears after the road trip next week to Reinhardt. That'll be homecoming week for the Bears. We'll have that game here on a 7 o'clock kickoff here on the U-Pike Sports Network. Other games around the area, St. Thomas beats Weber International 41-16. Scroll down the list here. Faulkner falls to Lindsey Wilson 49-21. You talk about a team that's just an absolute program. Lindsey Wilson, they just continue to win, whatever they do. But a big win over Faulkner there tonight. Other games currently underway. Bluefield leading St. Andrews at the half 28-6. Bethel, Tennessee in front of Cumberland's 13-3 after the first half of play. Campbellsville leading Cumberland 13-9. That rounds out the games in NAIA. In college football, top 25 action today. Number 6, Penn State over Northwestern, 41-13. USC holds off Colorado as the 8th-ranked Trojans win at 48-41. Kentucky with a win over number 22, Florida today down at Kroger Field, 33-14. Ray Davis, 26 carries, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. That guy is a dude as they took care of the Gators and took the bite out of them before sending them back to the swamp. Georgia hangs on from the upside-minded, unranked Auburn Tigers. The defending national champs win at 27-20 on the road. Number 2 Michigan over Nebraska 45-7. It was number 3 Texas over 24th ranked Kansas 40-14. Number 23 Missouri knocks off Vanderbilt 38-21. Last night it was number 19 Oregon State knocking off number 10 Utah 21-7. Games currently underway. Going to the 4th, it's a shootout down in Mississippi as number 13 LSU leading Ole Miss 42-40. Number 9 Oregon at Stanford leading 28-6 midway through the 3rd. 14th ranked Oklahoma 33-20 over Iowa State. Number 11 Notre Dame leading Duke 10-0 midway through the first half. And it's number 21 Tennessee leading South Carolina 17-10 midway through the second quarter of that one.
Pretty good day of football.
Absolutely. Some good football games. Still some good games coming up later tonight. As Alabama is at Mississippi State, that game kicks off at 9 o'clock. Number 7 Washington at Arizona. And number 25 Fresno State entertains Nevada. Some West Coast football. By the time I get back to the hotel tonight, I have some football to watch late.
That's right. We may be late getting out here tonight.
Yeah, I think so. So the Bulldogs will get the football to start the second half. As Austin Shuffler has it teed up near sideline, 35-yard line, working right to left as we view it here at Hilliard Howard Field. And little kick to the far sideline,
and they got
onside kick, and they recover it.
Flag.
I don't know that they've got a penalty marker back at the 38. And you have to wonder, did he get a head start?
Maybe.
He was untouched. It was Dasani Tate that was on the recovery. So let's wait to see what the officials.
Kicking team, number 3, 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
So the re-kick, after the penalty, they called it on
Barton. Yep.
Barton. He was on this near side. It was Dasani Tate was the man that was offsides. As soon as he did, he turned and looked at the side and goes, I was over here. What did I do wrong? So they'll back it up now to the 30. And Mr. Shuffler, well executed, though.
Yeah, it was.
They kicked it right over top of the man out on the far side of the numbers. And Dasani Tate caught it out of the air. It traveled 10 yards. I mean, it was a legal kick.
Yeah, it was a legal kick. You're right.
But, again, Tate just maybe a little bit of a head start. So Shuffler backs up on this one, looks to swing it deep. And an opportunity for Union to have their first kickoff return of the night as Shuffler's put every other kickoff deep in the end zone. He gets a good one here,
That's
hanging
nice
this one back at the 10.
Yep.
Near side 15, 20, and then wrestled to the ground. at the 25-yard line. That was Imy. So at the 25-yard line for the Bulldogs, same result if you put it in the end zone.
Yep, exactly. I mean, the only thing is it ruined his no return record on the day.
So down 35-3, and let's see what Walker Russell and his crew can do. Russell 15 of 23, 112 yards in the first half. But the Bulldogs defense, or the Bears defense, excuse me, very stout. Really taking and picking and choosing the way they wanted to dial up the blitzes, and they've kept Walker on the move for much of the first half. He wants to throw on first down, slings it out to the far sideline. That ball was tipped and nearly picked off. Joe Temp was right there. Also was Timothy Butler. Went off of Quinn Carter. And if Temp could have run underneath that one was 6.
Oh, no doubt.
That's one of those momentum home run balls right out of the gate.
That would have just about took care of it.
So pass is incomplete, second down 10. Russell on the near side, 3 receivers left, 1 right. The take to give to Jackson right up the gut. He runs into the arms of Landon Hammock, the redshirt freshman from Pikeville. Give him a gain of 1, 3rd and 9. You give the credit to the front 3, and you've got 6 guys that you can talk about because they run people in and out so well of mixing stuff up. They've actually moved Trayvon Barnett up there on that outside edge as well. So kind of 7 of the front 3 that has been in a mix and match, and they've done a really good job setting at the point of contact.
And it gives them a lot of rest, keeps them fresh too.
So 3rd and 9. Russell in the same set. Pressure coming up the middle. Russell steps up, wants to run, pulls it back down, and then gets hammered at the 35-yard line. That's Chucky Moore that makes the stop, the sophomore from Alabama. Out to the 31, 4th down.
And they're bringing the punting unit in again.
Good start there for the defense. Force a 3 and out.
It's the way you want to start the second half after way you played in the first half.
And you go back and you look at the drives for Union. Punt, a field goal, 3 punts into the half, and then a punt here to start the second half. So Fleming, high kick. Fair catch by Barton inside the 40. So the Bears will have it 1st and 10, 13:26 to go here in the third quarter. We'll start at their own 37.
See, they just come out slinging the ball again.
I would not be shocked. I should say I would be shocked if they did anything besides that.
Right.
Kirkland, 23 of 34 in the first half, 377 yards, 5 touchdowns and interception. 1 touchdown shy of tying the school record for most in a game of 6. He wants to start on 1st and 10 with a handoff to Sanders, and the little engine that could sticks his head right in the hole and then gets stopped after getting out to the 40 on a gain of 3. And you look at Sanders, 5'8", 170 pounds, and he is just all brute force when he hits the hole.
Got that explosion.
And you could tell the couple of games that he missed due to the injury, the offense just looked out of sync. Kirkland wants to throw on 2nd down. Zips it into double coverage through the midst of Barton. Incomplete, 3rd and 9. One player that's still missing from the offense, they expect him back next week, is Diego Soto. Another prolific playmaker that they can go with him out of the backfield and run that swing route that we've seen several times with Sanders, but be certain to be good to get him back next week when they go to Reinhardt.
Yeah, they need that extra weapon.
He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can move all over the field, inside out. Blitz coming off the edge. Kirkland sees it, stands in the pocket, fires it across the middle, and hits Ben Henson out at midfield and moves the sticks for another U-Pike 1st down.
I tell you, they've just been methodicals here today.
19th first down of the ball game, right at midfield across the Pikeville High School pit. 12.5 to go in the third. Kirkland on 1st down, slings it. He's got his man wide open of Barton in the near side seam.
Nice job.
Makes a cut, center of the field, sprinting toward the end zone, and then gets swept off his feet inside the 10. It's 1st and goal.
I think if he'd have whipped for the pylon, he'd have scored.
Yeah,
I think he was looking for contact.
He was maybe looking for it there, but what a great ball there by Kirkland. So down to the 8-yard line. 12 minutes to go here in the third. And Kirkland looking for number 6. He's going to throw it. Slings it far side, looking for the back shoulder fade, and it falls incomplete. He was going for Derek Griffith. Second down and goal.
You know, they've just been all throttle here today. They haven't slowed down a bit.
Again, Griffith, 180 yards in the first half on 7 catches. He had 132 yards altogether coming into the game. 7 catches for 37 2 weeks ago in the win over Faulkner. Swing pass out to Sanders. Sanders a little tiptoe, finds his seam, lowers the shoulder, gets inside the 5, and is driven out of the bounds shy of the goal line, down inside the 5 to the 3. So it'll be third and goal from the 3.
See if they give Sanders a chance to try to run it in here.
We're bringing a pair of tight ends here, so Cradle Ball and Grant Scott will attach each side. 2 receivers go right. Sanders in the right hip pocket of Kirkland on third and goal. Sanders rolling out right, looking back left, wide open, looking for his tight end who holds it in and drops it at the end.
See,
He had Grant Scott. It was on his fingertips, and the freshman from Pikeville can't haul it in. Fourth down. Beautiful play, set it up. Everybody looking right. They came back across from Grant, and they're going to go with a field goal. So Joseph Sandorf will come out and do the holding for Jake Headley, trying to hit only a second field goal in 3 tries this season. So from the 10 near side hash mark with a full moon hanging over top. High snap, kick is down, ball drives through the uprights and is good. And make it 38-3 with 11:07 to play here in the third. Back after this on the UPike Sports Network. $38-3, 11:07 to go here in the third. And a 20-yard field goal attempt from Jake Headley, his second of the season. And the Bears elect to take the points to open up the second half. Kirkland over 400 yards, now 434 on the night, 5 touchdowns, 26 of 40. Driving kick, fielded at the 3. Across the 15, the 20, near side 25, slips a tackle and then hit from behind.
Biggest return of the night for
and Noah Steen on the return. Check that, my mistake. That's Damari Owens. I couldn't see the number 1 beside the 7 there. So good return out to, I'm going to put it to the 34-yard line. 10:58 to play here in the third. It's been all UPike from the word go.
Now they've racking up some numbers here tonight. Defense trying to hold on to that, keep them off the touchdown scoreboard.
And you look at the numbers right now. Total plays 37 for Union for 135, 40 for 396 for UPike. So Russell on first down and 10, trips left, 1 right. 3 hats across the line. They drop 8 in protection. Russell rolling out, looking right, gets a block, floats it across the middle. He has his man there of Tony Norman on the near side seam, who hauls it in and moves the stick for the 9th first down of the evening for the Bulldogs.
Had a lot of time in the backfield that way. Came kind of wait for somebody to come back to him to help him.
And a good job there by the Bulldogs. Usually you see a play that stays that long in the backfield, a hold gets thrown somewhere. They get a really good job of not allowing that to happen. Jackson off in is Jaden Ward. He'll go in the right pocket of Russell on first down and 10 from the 48. The take, the give, the Ward starts left, comes back up the gut. Landon Hammock sticks his arms out and grabs him down after a nice gain, as he'll get down inside of Bears territory to the 47-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. 10 minutes to play here, third quarter. It's been all UPike from the word go. Scored on their first 4 possessions on 4 passing touchdowns from Lee Kirkland. He has 5 in the ball game. 2nd and 5. Russell wants to throw. Pressure coming off the edge. And are they going to get home? And they're going to. Russell trying to get free. Landon Hammock in there with Jaquez Russ. We'll get it back at the 46 of the Bulldogs. 4th sack of the contest. And makes it 3rd down and long, as they'll get it behind the sticks, make it 3rd and 12. Myson Livingston also in on the stop there. Russell tried to step up, and when he did, he stepped right into the grasp of the defense. Screen coming near sideline. That one's picked off. Right in front of the Bears bench. As that's Obi Wilson. His first interception of the season. Only the 2nd of the year. And the Bears will take over on the Bulldogs side of the 50 at the 49-yard line with 9:05 to play here in the third.
Everything going the Bears' way here tonight.
Obi Wilson, kind of a quiet season. He draws usually one of the best receivers on the field, and that's why he doesn't see a lot of targets his way. But there that time is able to fly up underneath it and take it away. Play action, Kirkland. Pressure coming off the edge. Floats it down the center. He's got his man there in coverage. It was Derek Griffith he was looking for. Passes incomplete. Griffith looking for the penalty marker. None flies. Kike McMurray in coverage downfield. 2nd down 10. So you go with a vertical pass there. You come out probably swing on this one.
Yeah, I would think so.
Little seesaw battle back and forth as you kind of lull your opponent to sleep. They line up, want to go quickly. They'll bring it out near sideline. That's Dasani Tate that makes the catch. Angles back into the middle of the field and gets down to the 40-yard line. Just inching across the 40, shy of the marker to gain, so it'll be 3rd down and inches. Need the 39. They just have the football sitting across the 40, but shy of the 39-yard line. 8.5 to go on this snap. 2 tight ends set now as Kirkland's going to go up under center. Kirkland's going to throw. Looking, back shoulder fade, far sideline, trying to get it to Derek Griffith. And it's incomplete. It's 4th down. Little trickery there.
Yeah.
Run everybody up thinking for the sneak, and then try to throw the home run ball on the far sideline. And now they move the football up to the 39. Now the official's going to move it back. So you can't put it there. That's first down. Now we'll see if they go back under center and let the.
I think they gained an inch.
6'6", 255-pound quarterback. Now the officials are going to switch out footballs.
See where he puts it back at.
And the wrong football on the far sideline. So now they move it back.
Now they put it where it belongs.
Where it originally was supposed to go. Kirkland's going to climb up under center this time, and he'll lower the shoulder and push the pile forward, and that should move the sticks for another first down for the Bears. Would be number 21 in the ball game. They'll uncover the pile.
Depends on where he lays the football down at. I may bring the chains in.
And nose of the football is at the 39, and looking across, that should move the sticks. They're going to do an official measurement, though. On 4th down and inches, I think you have to. Looking at the distance to gain marker across the way, this ball's short.
Maybe, yeah.
It's short about two chain lengths. So we'll see with our first official measurement of the night. If they got it, it's by a chain link. By the spot of the football on the field, though, I think they're short. And it looked like that Kirkland got a really good push up the middle.
I thought he did.
Again, the conference opener in the new conference for the Bears, and this isn't even close. Yeah, it's a football short. So a 4th down stop by the Bulldogs.
Gives him a little bit of life now.
Corey Phipps is absolutely laying some lumber toward the official. I don't think he was happy with the spot of the football. He's got his red hanky out. That's the challenge flag.
Bulldogs take over.
He'll stick it back in his back pocket and hang on to it, but
1st and 10 at the
I can see his forehead from here. It's blazing red. So the turnover on downs gives it back to the Bulldogs. They'll take over on their own 39-yard line. 8:13 to play here in the third, down 35.
It's hard to tell where they sit those back on that back so far on the track. They don't sit them right up on the line anymore.
And now the penalty, or the hanky, has been tossed. That was a Bill Belichick anger throw as he tossed that one from the 40. He got it all the way across midfield. That was a good 13 yards on the throw. Coach Phipps is going to go with his second challenge of the season. So again, something that was added to this season, the ability to challenge plays. We saw the last time here against Faulkner, 2 challenges in, about 3 plays.
Yeah.
UPike challenged 1, lost it, and then Faulkner 2 plays later challenged 1 and won it. So so we have a tent that's set up that's down at the end of the UPike bench that they go under. They've got a monitor they can check. So the 2 officials go in there. They kind of watch the replay to see what is there and what's available. But I saw Coach Phipps looking at the official, and he was holding his hands out like this, saying that was good by that much at least. So again, and the way the replay works is you have to have irrefutable evidence that the call on the field can be overturned.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. It has to be irrefutable evidence that it's different than what the call on the field was called.
Yeah, I thought he had a pretty good surge. I don't know. I mean, you have to look back at that. Then you got to remember where's he got the ball, and
yeah. You think about it. You probably had 20 people that was right there in the mix. I think there was only 1 guy wide each way. So
I don't think they'll overturn it.
They would have to see something different on the replay. As Coach Phipps is making his walk down toward the sideline, he can only go to the 25. That's as far as he can go. Now, against Faulkner, we had a couple of fans from Faulkner that was down there on the rail next to the scores tent, or the replay tent. You could see what was happening before they called it because they were already cheering her down.
So before the game today, I went in and talked to the officials about this. He said that they've got 2 angles, and it is really hard to overturn. So he said he overturned one at his assignment.
So they're taking a long look at this. And you have to think, if you're taking a long look at it, you might see something you didn't see when it first happened.
You're right. I mean,
Again, if you felt like when you went back to the replay and you saw immediately there was nothing there that you didn't see in the original play, you would probably say, we're good, let's go. They've been under the tent there for about 90 seconds. And they're still looking.
may not walk past Corey, though.
No. They're waiting for him to move away.
Yeah,
He's moving back down toward the 50. Now they can take the angle across the field. So 8:13 to go here in the third. It's been all UPike. Lee Kirkland having a record night. So here they come out of the tent. Let's see what we've got.
The Whitehead is taking that angle.
Call the field stands. First down.
All right, so the call on the field stands. So first down at Union, and Charlie, I think you and I, we both agreed that there was probably very little chance that was going to get overturned either way. And the good thing, at least I will say, is that the football has been placed back on the field where the play was stopped, where they measured. Sometimes you'll see it, they'll pick it up, and they'll move it on the other side of the marker. And then it's like, well, if the ball was really there, that was a first down. So either way, turnover on downs gives it back to the Bulldogs, down 38-3. Here's the take to give to Jackson. He'll bounce it out to the left side, trying to get the angle. Gets a nice block off the edge and a nice run down the far sideline into Bears territory. Joe Temp had an angle on him, and he got crackbacked, and that allowed Jackson to get free down to the 40-yard line. So Temp on the stop. But a hefty run there by Taji Jackson. So first down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
They haven't had many of those tonight.
No. Russell wants to throw. Looking left. Floats this one toward the far sideline. That one's out of bounds. An offensive lineman standing on the sideline makes the catch. Second down, 10.
Russell's pass incomplete. It'll be second down.
You think about the Bulldogs, they've gone, now this is their 5th game, still without a rushing touchdown. They had one earlier, but it was called back to a crackback block, on a blindside block. That also had a hold in there as well. But either way, you could tell their bread and butter tonight has been let's throw the football. And now we've got everybody but the center. Hakeem Myrick never snapped the football.
Who moved first?
Everybody but the center.
It's almost like who's on first.
Exactly. Well, it's never a good sign when your center turns around and he still has the football in his hand.
What's wrong with everybody?
Yeah, that was a hard one to sell. So back it up 5, make it 2nd and 15 from the far side hash mark for Russell. The take to give to tailback Ward. He'll go right up the gut.
Gets that 5 back.
Get it just shy of the 40, so it's going to be 3rd down and long. Yeah, Amonte Altman, sophomore from Birmingham, making the stop. Two receivers right, one left with a wing. Play action, ball tipped in the air, and that one's picked off.
He got a line of blockers.
That's Obi Wilder. Check that. Deej Savage that makes the pick. The 2nd interception of the ball game, and Savage, a sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, turns it over and gives it back to the Bears.
I got to say, we gambled on that one.
Too easy, right?
Yeah, I know.
So Savage with the interception. The Bears will take over on their own 39. Let's see if Kirkland goes for a home run ball here. Bulldogs showing blitz. Here they come. Picked up nicely. They'll sling it near sideline. Stafford comes back in, makes the catch. Still fighting for position and makes a heck of a play there after getting forced out of bounds, reestablishing position, and then hauling it in right in front of the Bears bench.
He was reaching for that marker to throw that down. Is coming back in.
Yeah, I don't know that they're going to put this one in. I think they're going to say he had stepped out of bounds and came back in illegally. He had stepped out around the 35-yard line. There's a penalty marker on the field right here. This is going to be illegal touching. Now the question is, was he forced out? So if he's forced out, immediately reestablishes, and then catches, it's okay. And he's saying move the ball.
I will give him credit. The official was standing there looking right down the line and paying attention. So
now he had one foot that went out, the other foot was in, but as soon as the foot went out, he immediately had both feet back in possession of the field before he made on the catch. So kind of the way the wording is there, again, if you're forced out, you have to immediately reestablish before you come back in to touch the football. Tyrese Christensen in the backfield now. Kirkland wants to throw. Rifles this one across to Stafford. He feeds him at the 25. He's tripped up just shy of the 20. That'll move the sticks for another Bears first down. Paul Maxwell on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Well, for the Bulldogs, it's first down Bears.
You got to notice with Kirkland tonight, when he's got a guy that's got the hot hand, he feeds him.
Yeah, he does.
You know, Derek Griffith had some big catches. Now he's got DeAndre Stafford, who's been feeding him on this drive. Kirkland wants to throw, looking left, rifles this one across the far side seam. He's got Derek Griffith that makes the catch at the 5, sheds the tackle and gets in the end zone for 6. A 21-yard pitch and catch. And Mr. Lee Kirkland has written his name on the record books. That ties the record for most touchdowns in a game at 6 with Trevor Hoskins and Xavier Malone, 44-3 with 5:51 to go in the third.
May see him get a chance to put 7 up there.
And that is the double check here. I believe that is the third touchdown tonight for Mr. Griffith. No, that's his second as well. He had one earlier. Extra point is true. 45-3, 5:51 to play in the third. Back after this on the UPike Sports Network. Derek Griffith, now the all-time leader for most receiving yards in a game. He's over the 200 mark. 8 catches for 201, 2 touchdowns. 3 players tonight with the duo of touchdowns, Griffith, Sanders, and Stafford. And the Bears lead this one 45-3. Lee Kirkland has tied the school record with 6. He is now over the 500-yard mark for the second time in his career, chasing down his career high of 579. And could he take his eyes at the all-time passing record by a young man that has kind of had so many big numbers in this program of Trevor Hoskins?
It's going to be interesting to see. You know, I've seen Trevor throw it all over the field, too.
607 yards is the school record. Kirkland is a 103 away from that. We've got 5:44 left to play in the third. And an injury timeout for a down player by the Bulldogs. But you look at Derek Griffith tonight, the graduate student. He has kind of paid his dues through the time here at UPike, and 7 catches for 37 in the win over Faulkner 2 weeks ago. Came into the contest with 18 catches, 132 yards. 8 balls for 201 tonight. His second touchdown there as he really fought for the extra yardage and gets in for the 21-yard score.
You know, great performance by a lot of the Bears. I mean, we're going to be talking about a lot of them at the end of the ballgame.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's kind of one of those nights that it's been Lee Kirkland has been, from the word go, starting to rewrite a lot of pieces in the record book. He's 6 completions away from tying Trevor Hoskins for completions in a game, 10 away from attempts. That was by Xavier Malone last year against Lindsey Wilson. But he has been efficient in just about every single pass that he's thrown tonight.
He's done a great job. I mean, you know, decision-making's been on point.
So after the injury is all cleaned up, we've still got laundry on the field after the kickoff. So the injured player was Damari Owens, sophomore out of Louisville. He's being attended to and helped to the Bulldog sideline. Turns and gives a thumbs up to his buddies, and he is very slowly going to the sideline. That's never a good sign.
So why didn't you sit and talk about that penalty during that break and make the money?
Holding.
And then to make things even worse against the Bulldogs,
Yeah.
they had plenty of time there to discuss it, but
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, receiving team number 11.
so they're going to double whammy on the Bulldogs. So a hold and then a personal foul for unsportsmanlike conduct. So they'll start the football with a shadow of their own goal line on their back at their own 6. And this is, I think, where you, as a defense, you pin your ears back and say, here we come.
Yep.
But this is where Walker Russell is dangerous as well because he's got a lot of green space out in front of him. If he can get with some air underneath it, you got a chance for a one-on-one battle.
He's slippery, too.
Absolutely. 2 high safeties for the Bears on 1st down and 10. Play action Russell. Fires it to the far sideline on a quick little bubble screen. He's got his man there that makes the catch. That's Quinn Carter. He's wrestled out of bounds on the far sideline by Levi Evans, excuse me.
Evans on the tackle.
Enough for a first down.
Correction, that was Isaiah Johnson. I saw the 0 and looked like it was an 8 on the turnback. So Johnson, the senior out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, making the grab. So move the sticks for a first down. Handoff to Ward. Up the gut. Across the 20 to the 21, a gain of 2.
A lot of field in front of them here, so they got a lot of options to move the football.
Big thing was that first play there, you get away from your own goal line.
Yeah.
And I think that was really big. It was a really good throw there by Walker Russell as well. Just to give yourself a little breathing room to get off of when you're stuck there inside the 6. Ward stays in the left pocket. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Russell looking right. Zips it out near sideline as Norman makes the grab. He doesn't haul it in through the catch. It's knocked loose as the ball was sprung free. It was, I believe, Javon Shepard that made the big hit, and then he came to the sideline immediately. So 3rd down and 8. Clock resting, 4:28 to go here in the 3rd. Three receivers right, 1 left again. Ward stays in the backfield with Russell. 3 hats across the line. They bring the blitz off the edge. Russell steps up, rolling right, fires it across the middle. Has his man there. Chris Thomas sheds a tackle, now gets to the far sideline, spins, and gets out near the 45. 12th first down of the ball game for the visiting Bulldogs. And that'll get them up near midfield to their own 44-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd. That was a really good pass there. Finding Chris Thomas on that drag route across the middle.
Again, able to step up out of the rush and find an open receiver.
Handoff Ward. Into the middle he goes and then is driven to the ground from that spot.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. .334 to play here in the 3rd, 45-3. UPike with the big lead.
4 touchdowns on their first 4 drives. Lee Kirkland having a record night. We've still got a lot of football left to go in this one. Russell steps up. Pressure coming from behind. He'll get out to midfield. Make it 3rd down and call it a long 4, if you will. Make it actually 5 now. They're moving back to the 49-yard line. 1 of 12 tonight are the Bulldogs on 3rd down conversion. 19% on the season. They were 11 of 57 coming in.
Ben Tate on the tackle.
Pressure coming off the edge. Walker floats it near sideline and throws a wounded duck into the Bears sideline.
So that bring up a 4th down.
1 of 13 on 3rd down conversions tonight.
I think there's.
I don't care what level of football you're in. That is a recipe for disaster every single night. 49 plays. That was the 50th snap Check that, 53 now. I just refreshed. 53 plays for 219 yards. On the other side, U-Pike 54 for 526. And you've got 526 yards and 504 of it's through the air.
Yeah.
So Fleming for another kick. End over end kick that goes into a saucer-like spin, and they're going to get a great bounce and roll off of this one down inside the 5. And it'll come to rest at the 3. So Hunter Fleming, a remarkable job here tonight on the punting duties.
And what wasn't even on the roster.
Wasn't even on the roster coming into tonight. An Australian. And you can tell that young man, he's very comfortable with the football on his foot.
Homecoming here at the school. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff against
So now the
CU.
Bears will face first down from their own 3 as Kirkland will stand in his own end zone.
Will he throw?
Well, they did this last year, and Diego Soto went 99 yards. Kirkland wants to throw. Pumps, fires. He's got his man there on the far sideline, as that is Ben Henson on the crosser.
Enough for a first down. Picks up about 12.
24th first down of the ball game. Across the 15 out to the 17. Bears line up, want to go quick. Twin set. Far side hash mark for Kirkland. Pumps, has his man in the seam. That's Barton who makes the catch at the 35 and spins forward and gets down to out to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back first downs, number 25 in the ball game. Barton was uncovered.
Yeah, he was wide open. Just a pitch and catch.
Kirkland swings this one out to Sanders in the flat, puts his shoulder down. Check that. That's Adrian Madeko as he checks into the ball game for his first action tonight.
Give him about 6 yards on the carry.
Take him out to the 46 of the Bears. They need midfield to move the sticks. We've got just over 1 minute to play in the third. 45-3, Bears lead this one. Kirkland, pocket collapses, rifles this one over to the far sideline and makes the hook up again. That was out to Ben Henson, and another first down, 26 in the contest now.
You give a shout out to that offensive line tonight. They've given him plenty of time back there. He's been able to, and when they did get him, they would push it out and give him a chance to step up.
100%. It looks like he's playing on a 7-on-7 right now. He's throwing on air most of the night. He has been protected, just paying pitch and catch as Henson grabs this one, takes it down inside the 20. Ball comes out at the end. Was he down? Officials will say that he was down by contact. So move the sticks, take it down. They're going to put it at the 22, so down to the just outside the orange zone. And I believe a timeout has been requested by Union. Now we got a challenge flag on the far side. That's what it is. So Union's going to challenge the ruling of the fumble on the back end of this.
So,
yeah. So here's what we've got. If you're just joining us, it's been Union kind of chasing U-Pike all over the field. And it has been the Lee Kirkland show here tonight.
They're not going to like running that far across the field to check that monitor either.
Now, first play, it was 6 plays, 65 yards, 7-0. Early first quarter, they needed 1:46 to punch it in. 10 minutes, 2 seconds left to go. Kirkland hits DeAndre Stafford for 6 yards out, 14-0. They add another one to end the first as Kirkland gets Derek Griffith for 86 yards, 21-0 after that one. Union gets a field goal from 32 yards out, 21-3 after 1 quarter of play. Kirkland goes back to the air, catches Alex Sanders from 31 yards out, 13-11 before halftime, 28-3. Kirkland goes to Stafford for the second time in the ball game, 5 yards out, 35-3. Jacob Hadley puts through a 20-yard field goal, making it 38-3. And Kirkland delivers his 6th touchdown of the night. Derek Griffith hauling in his second, 21 yards out, 5:51 to play here in the third, 45-3. That's where we currently stand with 27 seconds to go in the period.
So you have 35 completions right now on the night. Is that what you told me?
Let me double check here.
I think that's right. I think he's one short of tying Trevor Hoskins.
Let's see this. Get a refresh here on the screen. He was at 30. Yeah, 35 of 51 now.
So he's one short.
One short of the
Trevor
completions.
Hoskins. And that was at Faulkner, and that was a night that was amazing to watch, much like we're seeing tonight,
Yes.
obviously.
5 attempts away from Xavier Malone's attempts record.
Yeah.
It was a shootout that night.
That was a basketball score
Yes.
when we got back home.
Yes, 100%. So the officials have emerged from the tent. Do we get a replay of what we had 2 weeks ago? Back-to-back challenges.
Porter still has possession. His knee is down. The call on the field stands.
So the call on the field stands. So both head coaches burn their challenge flag here in the third. Both lose their challenge flags. So, again, you get one challenge. If you're successful, you get a second. After that, that's it. So the ruling on the field stands. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Bulldogs. As Lee Kirkland, 579 yards. That matches his career high against Cumberland's last year. He threw 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I'd say it's safe to say who the Offensive Player of the Week is going to be this week.
It should be.
And you may be looking at national honors on this one. Kirkland wants to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Slings this one to the far sideline, zinging it out of bounds. The closest man in the area was Derek Griffith. Second down and 10. That's the thing. When you get to him, even when you do get to him, you're not going to usually take him down with one person.
Right. Big guy. He's hard to bring down.
19 seconds on the rested clock here in the third period, They'll bring 3 receivers wide left. Kirkland looking left. Fires it to Griffith. He's got the catch inside the 20, angling near sideline at the 15, and is chased out of bounds just shy of the 10. Kiki McMurray, the sophomore, runs him out of bounds.
So
They're going to take him out at the 13-yard line. Now we got a player down for the Bears as Jacob Kopchak, the senior from Sacramento, is down. So an injury timeout, 11 seconds to play here in the third. And it's going to be third down and short coming up on the other side.
So he just tied the record now for completions in a game with Trevor Hoskins. He's been chasing him a lot.
Yeah, again, and you think about all the stuff that Trevor did. You got to put that in perspective. He did it in 3 seasons.
Yes.
Now Trevor, the head coach at Paintsville, he's in his 3rd season, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yep, following up Joe Cherico after Coach Cherico won the state championship and then took his duties off to George Rogers Clark down in Winchester. Trevor's a great guy.
He is.
He is. He's got a very young team. I said it's hard to believe where that team is, but they've got a lot of youth in that program. All right, back underway here. Third down and 1. High snap, the take to give as the tailback will rush up the right edge and move the sticks. And that's Madeko, and that's the end of the third. 45-3, fourth quarter when we return after this. From the 10, first and goal for the Bears on the UPike Sports Network. $45-3 as we welcome you back here to Hambly Athletic Complex. Bears rolling here tonight on Hall of Fame night. James Carter, Charlie Pinson, happy to have you along with us here tonight. First and goal from the 10. Lee Kirkland rewriting the record book tonight. The high snap wants to throw. He's got his man there. He was going for cradle ball. A little tight end pop pass right up the middle there off his fingertips. Incomplete, second down 10.
For cradle ball, incomplete. Second down.
So Kirkland now with the record for most passing attempts. I believe that one, or no, he's coming up on that record.
Yeah.
He is at the completions of 36.
Right.
The next one will take over Trevor Hoskins from Faulkner back in 2011. Kirkland wants to throw again. Lost the football as he went back with it. It flew out of his hands. He'll jump on it back inside the 25. We'll take him back around the 2022. So it's going to be third down and goal.
And it'll be third down.
That just opens up a little bit extra room there for
Yeah.
the quarterback. He went backward, and as he did, the ball went out the back end. No Tom Brady rule on that one for sure. The ball went the
Right.
wrong direction. So we put three receivers wide right, one left. Pocket collapses, fires it across the middle on a post route, was looking for Griffith. Incomplete, fourth down.
For Griffith is incomplete. It shall be fourth down.
14-11 on arrested clock here in the ball game. And fourth down and goal from the 23. Everybody has a play call for this.
Yeah.
They're going to line it up in a twin set now. Griffith and Henson on the near side wide of the field. And they got movement. So that may get you a free 5 to move it up a little bit. The question is, did they jump and draw off U-Pike, or did they get the movement on U-Pike
Right.
first? The he said, she said.
And they're over talking about it right now, trying to figure it out. Yo. God, man. It's a late night. What's
is.
open late after 11? tonight?
Nothing. You'll need a ticket to get a McDonald's drive-through. So they'll get the false start. So they called the false start on Derek Griffith. It wasn't even on the line. So now fourth down and 28. Also fourth and goal, by the way, as they'll wind the clock here. And now the officials blow it dead, and
The game clock to 14:11.
they're going to reset the clock to 14:11. So they'll add 5 seconds to it, as it was an incomplete pass. So two receivers each way for Kirkland on fourth and goal from the 28-yard line. Looking for touchdown pass number 7 on the season, on the night. He's going to the end zone. Griffith is near side, had it in his mitts at the 1 and couldn't haul it in.
Yep.
Perfect pass there for Lee Kirkland in double coverage. But the fourth down conversion attempt fails, and the Bears turn it over back to the Bulldogs at the 28.
Media, school record, 36 completions. He has 36 now. He's tied it. School record, 56 attempts. He's got 56 attempts. He's tied that.
So he's now tied for completions. As we said earlier, now he's got the attempts and completions with Xavier Malone, who threw 56 last year in the loss to Lindsey Wilson. So the next completion and attempt by Kirkland will put his name solely atop the record books. So back to the Bulldogs' offensive side of things. Ward takes the handoff, starts left, cuts back up the middle,
Ward on the carry.
across the 30, out to the 32, 33-yard line.
Brought down
Chuck
by
Moore making the stop.
Chuck Moore. It'll be second down.
Put him at the 33, a gain of 5, second and 5. And you got to think if you're Kirkland, you're telling Coach Corey Phipps, listen.
Please, let me get it.
607 is the number. As soon as I get 608, I'll come out of the ball game. But give me a chance to get 607. That's a record that was set by Trevor Hoskins back in against Georgetown in 2010. And this is a broken play as Bryson Grabowski, the new quarterback, they snapped the ball and nobody moved. It was like, no, you go. And everybody just stood, and then Grabowski just said, okay, I'll take it myself. So about a half of a yard loss on the play makes it 3rd down and a long 5. So Grabowski, the sophomore, 19 of 51 on the season for 183 yards, 1 touchdown to 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
High snap. Grabowski turns, looks to the far sideline, zips it out to his man of Wyatt Rugertson. Makes the catch. And it'll be 4th down. It's just short of the marker to gain. They put him down at the 37. They need a 38 to move the sticks. So 4th down and 1.
It will be 4th down.
They've got to go for it at this
absolutely.
point. I mean, there's no question.
They've converted on their only 4th down try tonight. But again, another failed 3rd down conversion. Now 2 of 15 in the ball game. And play clock is inside of 10. They're just now breaking the huddle. They get set at 4. Grabowski takes the ball, gives it off to Jaden Ward. He sweeps off the right edge.
Ward on the carry.
And the near side official, the line judge, is already pointing on the ball that's on 35 yards away from him, saying move the sticks.
1st down, Bulldogs.
13th first down of the ball game for the Bulldogs. Never understood that, an official that
Yeah.
on the far side of the field with the pile going the opposite direction says, yep, move the sticks. When you have a guy standing 5 yards away from it. Grabowski pulls it out, right up the middle of the field. He goes, breaks 1 tackle and takes it all the way down inside the 40, the 35. They'll take him off his feet at the 33. So Grabowski with a big run on 1st down.
Obi Wilson on the tackle for the Bears, but it's enough for a Bulldog 1st down.
They'll take him to the 34-yard line. That's the most offense that they've seen here tonight. Chase Mims is down here on the sideline loosening up. Quarterback out of Betsy Lane High School. Here's Ward on a little counter play, and he gets stonewalled in the hole. That's
The tackle is made by number 16.
Owen Bloss. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. We'll go across the 10-minute mark on this snap. U-Pike going to move to 3-2 on the season. More importantly, 1-0 in AAC conference play.
Right.
And that's big before going on the road next week to Reinhardt. Grabowski wants to throw. Pressure coming off the edge, rolling out left, and gets tackled.
Wow.
And gets it away with a big throw near sideline as he floats it into the hands of Rugertson. He is finally tackled out of bounds in front of the near side bench. Obi Wilson making the stop, but we got a player down for U-Pike.
Trying not to give up that touchdown.
What a throw there by Grabowski.
Oh, he was probably inches from the ground when he let that one go.
Wyatt Rugertson just found himself in a little soft spot of the zone there. So they put him down at the 2. It's 1st and goal. And Union threatening to pick up their first touchdown. You know, if you're on the defensive side of things right now, you're saying anything it takes right here to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah.
You don't want to give up you know, you've had the shutout crushed on the field goal, but you definitely don't want to give up 6.
You're absolutely right.
Trying to see who they're working on. I believe this is Timothy Butler. It's hard to tell with the jersey the way that he's sitting. Coach Phipps is going to give him a hand to his feet, and that's exactly what it is. So Timothy Butler, the graduate student from Plantation, Florida, of an American heritage, he comes to his feet, jogs back down the bench. So the certified athletic training staff here for the Bears give him a hand back to his feet. He seems to be good to go as he separates and goes down into the bench. So first and goal from the 2 now for Bryson Grabowski and his Bulldogs. A man in motion. Rolling out right. Grabowski surveying, finds a seam, and he walks into the end zone for 6. Touchdown to Union. That was a smart play there by Grabowski. He was wanting to throw it and just found a seam open right up in front of him and just takes off for the 2-yard scamper. That's the first rushing touchdown for the Bulldogs this entire season.
Wow.
5 games in. 9:32 to play here in the ball game. 45-9 with an extra point coming. Dustin Brown.
Brown on for the kick.
Ball is down, kick is up, and is good. 45-10, 9:32 to go in the game. Back after this on the UPike Sports Network.
45, Union.
45-10 as we welcome you back here to Hambly.
Hunter Fleming on to kick off.
James Carter, Charlie Pinson, executive producer tonight, David Chapman, Zach Meek, and help me out, Maggie Burgess. Thank you. I had the first name and I lost the last name. Maggie Purvis again, our crew here tonight. Fabulous job as always here on the UPike Sports Network. So kickoff coming up for the Bulldogs as they get their first rushing touchdown of the season. They'll go a little pooch kick that will take a nice bump and run and finally tumbles into the end zone for a touchback. So Braylon Barton found himself in a precarious situation there at the 10. He's kind of like, okay, do I grab this or not? And is it going to make it into the end zone? You know, I saw a high school game 2 weeks ago. There was a kickoff, and for some reason, the young man that was back for return, he let the ball bounce in front of him, and then he didn't pick it up. And the team flies down, pounces on the ball, and all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute, what are they doing? And they recover the kickoff on a long kickoff. And I don't know if he just didn't realize the rule of what it was or what, but, yeah, that ball was a live ball, and you see those happen so often. Here's a handoff off left tackle. As Tyrese Christensen on the carry.
Tyrese Christian on the carry.
In between the hashes at the 28-yard line. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Kirkland wants to throw. Pats it in, brings it near sideline. That's Derek Griffith who makes the catch at midfield, and that resets the record for completions and attempts. At the top of the list now is Lee Kirkland.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that completion, Lee Kirkland
So Kirkland is now,
in a game with 37 and with attempts.
As soon as they put this number in, we'll see how close he is. He's not too far from taking the record for passing yardage. So 23 yards. That right there rewrites the record book, or no, puts him at 6:01. They'll swing it out to Sanders, or check that, that's Christensen who makes the catch at the 50, goes forward out to the just shy of the 45. Check that, that's 6:11. There we go. So there's the new record for passing yardage as well for Lee Kirkland.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that completion, Lee Kirkland has set the school record for passing yards in a game of 611.
What a night for this young man. That was a record I didn't think I'd ever see fall.
No, I didn't either.
Kirkland pulls it down, runs, and a slip and slide as he upends the defensive tackle off the near sideline as he sweeps out the feet of Zane Hammock.
May give him a chance to try to get that last touchdown here.
I think so. And again, it's you think of it, you don't want to get him hurt or take any chances of that. You're not trying to run the score up, but you got to give it. This guy has had the opportunity here to get that spot. You want to give him a chance. And you look at the touchdowns in a game of 6. He's tied that along with Hoskins and Xavier Malone from last season that did it. High snap, give to Christensen as he goes off the left side, gets inside the 40, and then he'll move the sticks for another first down.
Yeah, the wide receiver over helping him out with that. I said, "Moy, move it over here. We're good."
Yeah, we're good. 6:14 on the night, 38 for 58. And Lee Kirkland's night is done. 6 touchdowns on the evening. He'll hand it off as Garrison Barrett, Churchill, Tennessee. Handoff as a nice run here on first down as Christensen hurdles a guy 15 with reservations for 6 to the other side. 37-yard touchdown run by Tyrese Christensen. Touchdown Bears. His first rushing touchdown of the season. And what a big one it was there. Nice piece of running there by Christensen to get in and add to the score, 51-10.
Trying the PAT here with the big lead. I mean, 41-point lead. It's been an impressive day for the Bears.
It's like we said, they hit it right out of the gate, and it was from the word go. Was a lopsided victory here. 52-10, 6:18 to play in the ballgame. Back after this on the UPike Sports Network. (52-10) as they just made the announcements on the overhead, as Lee Kirkland has rewritten a lot of records that, Charlie, I think you and I would agree that some didn't think would ever be touched. That passing record in the 2010 of 607 yards. To put this in perspective, Kirkland had 581 yards coming into this game.
Yep.
He finishes tonight with 614, 38 of 58. 6 touchdowns. That ties a school record. 1 interception on the deflected ball. Derek Griffith has made school history. 233 yards on 10 catches tonight. 2 touchdowns. 3 players over the century mark. Henson with 106. Barton with 103. But and you think about it. You think you're Derek Griffith, like, man, I should have Offensive Player of the Week, and he's going to play second fiddle to Kirkland.
Is it any other week, it'd be me.
He's like, thanks, Lee. Thanks. It's just tonight, this team, whatever it found coming out of the bye week, this is something you hope you can hang your hat on if you're a Bears fan, because that right there was just phenomenal. They'll throw Griffith another one then. Tyrese Christensen caught 11 earlier this year against Georgetown. That tied him with Jordan Amos and Axel Rivas. Rivas was the guy that was on the reception side of Trevor Hoskins. Here's Ward sweeping off the right side, gets spun down at the 30. They'll give him the 30. Yeah, they'll keep him at the 30. He started to go to the 31. Rick Bentley's going to have a busy week this week. He's got a lot of rewriting to do.
32, Kendrick Wright.
So we're inside of 6 to go.
Have to fill all those nomination forms, too.
Absolutely. And Lee Kirkland, I would say you'll probably see him as a very high-quality candidate for National Offensive Player of the Week.
Hey, how about this? The NAIA record for passing yards in a game is 637.
Well, just told that the record for passing yards in an NAIA game was 637. Get the ball back and get Lee back out there for a couple passes. I think Coach Corey Phipps is content exactly with what he's got here, and you think about, there wasn't a lot of missed opportunities there with the passes from Kirkland tonight. He was very smart with the football, and I think it's probably one of the biggest things that I think Coach Corey Phipps is going to be pleased with what he saw from his quarterback progression tonight. Grabowski trying to escape. He gets drilled on the near sideline as flying in and making the big hit there, and then picking up a late penalty on the back end for taunting. So on the stop was Beldegard, and then he's going to pick up 15 on the back end of it. Again, you had the big play. You didn't need the extra 15 on it. So the penalty, instead of being 4th down on the incomplete pass, will give Union another fresh set of downs.
Yep.
The old saying goes back to scoreboard, down, and distance.
Yes, it does.
That's the 3 things in the game that you always got to know what it is.
If you want to say something, just sit up there and just go like this. Just point at the scoreboard.
52 to 10. There's no need to stand up and stand over top of a backup quarterback that you just drilled. So put it out to the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs. Grabowski will zip it out to the far sideline. He's got his man there. Landon Couch making the grab out of Pineville, Kentucky. 6'2", 190-pound wide receiver. Pineville, how far is that from here, Charlie? Pineville.
Pineville, okay. Pineville's about, 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty good drive.
But let's see, isn't that down in? It's down in the down in Jackson, isn't it?
A little past Jackson.
Yeah. 2nd and 7, handoff Ward. Bounces right up the middle, tries to bring it to the near sideline, gets a seam, and nice stop there with Michael Shellman. Got him around the ankles. That'll move the sticks. Another Bulldogs first down. We'll go inside of 4 minutes to go in the ball game on this snap. So Union's going to lose its 4th straight. They'll go to 1-4 on the season. U-Pike up to 3-2. Coach Corey Phipps will go to 13-12 in his tenure, and now his 3rd season here. On the road next week to Reinhardt, then back here 2 weeks on the 14th. They'll bring in KCU for homecoming. Ward, nice little run there on first down inside the 40, shy of the 35 to the 37. Gain of 6. They're subbing in players left and right for the Bears of kind of a hockey line change, if you will. Everybody's getting some opportunities here tonight.
Hey, the scoreboard's the only thing that can change at this point.
Good night on Hall of Fame evening. Good crowd in attendance. A good new class coming into the U-Pike Hall of Fame. And More importantly, a good start in AAC play in the first ever AAC contest. And another flag coming out late.
If you didn't blow the whistle, that flag's on you.
Yeah, absolutely. That one, those two guys were engaged, and they stayed through the penalty or the play. Excuse me. I think you can go both ways here.
Altman on the tackle.
Personal foul. Unnecessary defense, number 27.
We'll get that on Tiernan Berry.
If you didn't blow the whistle, that one's on you. My fault. I didn't see that one. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I didn't see something he saw.
Yeah, from here it looked like they were pretty much both engaged and played through until that whistle came late. So either way, take it down inside the 25-yard line to the 23. First down and 10 for Union. So Bryson Grabowski with a rushing touchdown. Now he's trying to punch in a few extra here with 2:30 to go in the ball game. He'll give it off to Ward on a sweep to the left. Ward finds a crease and goes down to the 15-yard line.
Tackles made by number 53, Brandon Johnson.
So all together tonight, 72 plays, 675 total yards of offense. That's a team that coming in was averaging 327 in total offense. They've doubled up the numbers in one evening. Here's Ward. Finds a crease, right side, down inside the 10 to the 6. 61 rushing yards on the night, and you got to remember 31 or 37 of those came from Titus Christian on that touchdown run.
Yeah.
38 of 58 through the air, only one interception, 6 touchdown passes. And here's the most remarkable number of the whole thing. UPike had the football for 21 minutes and 19 seconds tonight. So a lot of quick drives. This one gets away from Grabowski. He'll turn and sling it to the far sideline.
That's intentional grounding. I think he's
and
right.
It should be. Michael Hobby was the man that was chasing him down. He was not out of the tackle box, and there's the penalty marker. Yeah, he was checking with his official on the far sideline to make certain that there was not a receiver in the area. So again, not outside the tackle box. Will be a loss of downs, and then from the spot where he threw the football.
Because he never looked for him. He just picked it up and slung it to the end sideline.
Offense number 13. Ball being on the foul. Loss of down. Third down.
That's one of those things when the ball went past him, he got to it, and as soon as he turned, he looked and saw a black jersey running straight at him. He said, enough of this. I'm getting rid of this football. So move the football back to the 25. So, again, intentional grounding, it's from the spot of where the throw was attempted, and then you also lose a down. So now it's second down from the 25. So second and goal from the 25. Grabowski zings it out near sideline on a low throw. As it at the feet of Chris Thomas. Incomplete, third and goal. Minute 23 to go. Stay tuned with us after the game. We'll have scoring and stats of this one. Talk with head coach Corey Phipps. Good night for the Bears to open up AAC conference play. (52 to 10 win, at the moment. Unless the Bulldogs could find more here late. Grabowski steps up, pops it out to his tight end of James Tucker. Inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's fourth down and goal. So from the 19-yard line, and they're going to line it up and try a field goal. So the run out there kicker of Dustin Brown. So this will be from the far side hash mark at the 26, so a 36-yard kick. The snap, the hold, the kick, low line drive kick, and is wide left. No good. So 39 seconds to go. A knee that'll put this one in the record books. And Lee Kirkland puts his name all over this one here tonight.
So the difference between the two games, the record-setting game here and Trevor Hoskins' record-setting game against Georgetown 2010, that was a shootout. 70 to 58, 128 points scored in that ball game.
I don't know that you could do that on a video game.
I can't imagine. I would like to know what the total yards between the two teams was.
Oh, I would say you were probably easily 1,400. So we get one final carry. And
Ball carrier was number 34, Gary Galloway.
they're going to spot the football and snap it one final time. Handoff left side, and that'll be your ball game. Final score here tonight, UPike wins at 52-10 on Hall of Fame night. Post-game show when we return after this on the UPike Sports Network. (52-10). UPike rolls here on Hall of Fame night. A nice win to open up AAC play. James Collier, Charlie Pinson, happy to have you along with us here tonight on the UPike Sports Network. As we welcome you to the post-game show. Four straight drives for the offense, 4 touchdowns tonight. Record nights for Lee Kirkland. He rewrites the record books for completion attempts, passing yards, touchdowns. He ties the record at 6, but just a well-oiled offensive juggernaut tonight that this Bears team was.
There was nothing they could do about it. They tried to put the rush on him. The offensive line did a great job giving him time, and when they didn't, he was able to step up into the pocket, step out. I mean, he was just very elusive tonight.
I think you talked about this there in the third quarter. You have to give credit to that offensive line because they gave him lots of time to do what he wanted to do with the football. So, Coach Corey Phipps.
Yeah, I'm going to get mine over to Coach Phipps here.
We'll talk with Coach Phipps here in just a second, but we'll break down all of the numbers here in just a moment as well. But Lee Kirkland, I will be highly shocked if you don't see that young man's name in National Player of the Week honors, which would be, I believe, the second time in his career. He did it last year, and 579 yards he threw last year that was against Cumberland. And tonight, 614 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joining us now here in the postgame show, head coach Corey Phipps.
Hey, buddy.
Well, I guess you got a little more rested than you thought you had in the off week there. The offense looked kind of 2022-esque. It was well executed and everything that you did, and I think the first thing you got to do is you got to give credit to the offensive line.
Oh, there's no doubt. Did we give up a sack?
No.
On 2 weeks in a row, we haven't given up a sack, so that's huge for us. And, protecting our quarterback and doing those things. John Luttrell looking down in the end zone, such a great coach, such a great guy. And, I'd take my hats off to that program. It's come a long way since he took over. So, wished him luck. And, I don't know if I did the right thing keeping Lee in there and allowing him to break that record or not, but I just, thought how many times you get a chance to break records like that. And, so we really weren't trying to run up the score, and we got him out of there as soon as we could. So, I don't know. I'm torn.
I'm sure that Lee was probably trying to get one more. He wanted the touchdown passing.
I think he might have wanted out. He just, he's not a guy that stuff matters to him. But, I just think it's unbelievable to say he threw for 600 yards in a college football game. And there's been times this year we couldn't have done that on air in practice with nobody around us.
On the season coming into this ball game, Kirkland had thrown for 581 yards.
Yeah, I know.
And 614 tonight. And I talked about it late in the fourth quarter. I said, Derek Johnson is probably a kid that's sitting there saying, man, I should probably have National Offensive Player of the Week honors. And then you look over at what Lee Kirkland did and said, thanks, man, I'll be second fiddle again.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was tremendous to just to see the guys play hard tonight. Lee gets the credit there, but there were other really good things that happened tonight, and just thought it was a really good team effort from the get-go. Great energy, all the things that we talked about in practice about introducing ourselves to the AAC is on our first night, and all those things that you want to do. And there wasn't a lot of rah this week or in pregame speech. It was just let's go take care of business, and the kiddos did that, and my hats are off to the Bears.
The way that you started this ball game, it was times that you started off with the swing passes and the underneath routes, then you got vertical, and it seemed like a lot of times you had Union guessing, and Lee was so precise about how he picked his poison tonight. The only really poor pass that I saw him throw was down here near the end zone that was nearly picked off. The interception over here was a deflected ball that got up in the air, but just really efficient about how he managed his game here tonight.
Yeah, we knew that they didn't do a great job of laying hands on defense backs or on the receivers, defense backs and linebackers didn't. So we thought we'd have some seam routes and some things that happened. And I called an old quarterback of mine that played him earlier in the year, and he said, they're pretty good up front, coach, but I think you can take advantage of them down the field. And that was kind of the case. And, I thought we had a good game plan. I checked off all our wrinkles and got them all in. And some of them were scores, some of them were big plays, and some just caused stress on the defense. So felt like we had a good little deal. Their scheme's very similar to Cumberland's. This defense coordinator came from there as an assistant, so we knew it was going to be very consistent to that schematically. And so we went back and watched that game film a little bit and learned from our mistakes there as well. And then, Cumberland's is super talented at some spots. Not that Union's not, just a little bit younger. So we took advantage of some things that were a little bit more basic.
Defensively tonight, you really mixed up the way that you brought your blitzes. You would come off the edges, sometimes come up the middle. You really kept them off balance and uncomfortable at times. And it really seemed like you kind of forced the quarterback to speed the game up a little faster than he wanted.
Yeah, we felt like we pressured their quarterback pretty well too. When you looked at it,
4 sacks tonight.
Yeah, 4 sacks tonight. So we picked up our game getting to the quarterback the past couple weeks, which has helped get people behind the chains, which has been a really an advantage for us to be able to get you to 2nd and 14 or 3rd and 9 instead of being right on time on the sticks. And I think Chris Elliott has done a great job this year with our defense. If you look at it, just the scores have been pretty low. And, you know, you look at our 2 losses right now, you know, I was kind of woe is me earlier in the week. And I talked to James Miller, head coach at Reinhardt, and he said, man, you know, your 2 losses are against top 15 defenses. And I said, well, I guess, you know, I need to look at that, but I don't. You know, you want to execute against everybody. So just exciting to get a win and be at 3-2 and 1-0 in conference play. And next week is such a critical game in terms of what we've got to accomplish against Reinhardt. You know, you never want to say a must win, but, you know, you want to keep it to 2-0 in conference play, and you want to have an opportunity to go down there and beat who's been the class of the league. So we've got to get a lot better and a lot more efficient in some things to beat them. And in the kicking game and special teams, you're going to have to be solid. But, you know, they will be well prepared because they've got a bye week this week, and it almost looks like virtually everybody has a bye week right before they play us.
When you look at this game, how much does the momentum carry over like this off of a big win in conference play before you take that big road trip to Reinhardt next week?
I think we really had to play well tonight to make our, you know, give ourselves some good mojo before we get on that bus and head down to Waleska. So I think I don't know if it needed to be like this, but we needed to have a really good quality win, which we did.
Coach, congratulations on the nice win. Start of conference play 1-0. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. We bring in KCU for homecoming week. And best of luck next week on the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Corey Phipps joining us here in the postgame. Let's run through some numbers real quickly. Lee Kirkland, 38 of 58, 614 yards, 6 touchdowns, and interception tonight. Through the receiving unit, Derek Griffith, 10 catches, 233 yards, the longest there of 86. He had 2 touchdowns. Ben Henson goes over 100 on 7 catches. And as well, Braylon Barton goes for 103 on 6 catches. 2 touchdowns also from DeAndre Stafford and Alex Sanders. As Sanders hauls in 80 yards on 5 balls, Stafford 71 on 6. For Union, Walker Russell, 18 of 32, 161 yards, 2 interceptions in the ballgame, leading the way through the air. Tony Norman, 6 catches for 68. Wyatt Rugertson had 4 for 43 on the rushing attack. Jaden Ward, 14 of 59. That was the leading rusher for the night. Taji Jackson, 11 of 53. Grabowski, 3 for 29. He gets in for the touchdown run, the first rushing touchdown for the Bulldogs this season. Final numbers look like this. 31 first downs for UPike to 21 for Union. Total offense, 74 plays, 681 yards. The Bulldogs snapped it 74 times for 335. 6 of 12 on third down conversions were the Bears. 3 of 17 were the Bulldogs. They were perfect 2 of 2 on fourth down conversions. Union Pike was 1 of 4. Time of possession, 21:58 for the Bears, 52. Now that number's skewed. That should be 40. Check that, 38:02 is what your time of possession should be for Union. Bulldogs will fall to 1-4 on the season. UPike moves to 3-2 on the road next week at Reinhardt. Back here in 2 weeks, they'll bring in KCU for homecoming. That's a 7 o'clock first kick. We'll be on the air for the pregame show and countdown to kickoff around 6:50 right here on the UPike Sports Network. That's all for us here tonight. Our big hat tip to our crew, my color man Charlie Pinson, all the great folks here at UPike. Again, Bears win it tonight, 52-10 over the Union Bulldogs to move to 3-2 on the season, 1-0 in AAC play. For everyone at the crew, Charlie Pinson, Coach Corey Phipps, Rick Bentley, and all the great folks here at UPike, I'm James Carter saying good night, and thanks for tuning in here on the UPike Sports Network.